p.m. Come explore the new facility and enjoy family-friendly activities. Everyone is welcome on Friday, August 14th. The Artesia Bulldog Football Boosters are hosting the second annual vendor event at the Artesia Public Administration and Training Center on Saturday, August 15th. The event will be from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. If you'd like to be a Bulldog vendor, please attend this event on Saturday, August 15th. To have your event listed on the KSVP community calendar, email calendar@ksvpradio.com. Please let us know at least 1 week in advance.
This is KSVP and K229 AS Artesia.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The Senate Homeland Security Committee preparing to vote on holding Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress. At issue, Fauci's repeated refusal to answer questions during a hearing dealing with Fauci's handling of the COVID response.
This vote comes as investigators get their hands on Dr. Fauci's phone. Committee Chair Republican Rand Paul attempting to hold Anthony Fauci responsible for taking the fifth 111 times during that coronavirus hearing. Prior to the hearing, Senator Paul releasing more than 1,000 pages of Fauci's diary that he emailed to himself using a government server. In the diary, he brags about all the attention he was getting during the COVID era.
Correspondent Laura Winters. Iran says it's on the verge of an agreement with Oman to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Ukraine and Russia continue trading fire. Ukrainian President Zelensky says Ukraine has hit oil refineries deep inside Russia, while the Russians have killed at least 3 Ukrainian civilians.
Zelensky is urging allies to supply interceptor missiles to bolster Ukraine's air defenses. Speaking a day earlier during a meeting with Britain's defense minister, Zelensky said,
This night, again, the signal before the winter. We think that we need the unanimity and we need strong support from your country and from all other European friends, this is a signal also that Russia gives us and to the world that they don't want to stop.
Analysts believe Russia is attempting to exhaust Ukraine through endless barrages. I'm Karen Shemas.
Healthcare workers at the epicenter of Congo's Ebola outbreak are protesting over unpaid wages. They've abandoned several healthcare facilities, demanding to be paid. On Wall Street, the Dow futures up 105 points, NASDAQ futures down 191. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Christian Healthcare Ministries is not another health insurance policy. If you're tired of year-long contracts and pointless restrictions, CHM offers anytime enrollment on your schedule and at your convenience. With CHM, you're paying half the cost of a traditional health insurance plan. So that puts more money back into your budget for everyday needs. Plus, you'll have access to CHM's care solutions for virtual appointments, prescription savings, surgery support, and more. My family and I joined in 2018, and it's changed our lives for the better. We love paying way less while helping other believers afford their medical bills. Take the leap of faith and see why Christians across the nation are better with CHM.
Get started by calling 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS for a 50% credit towards your first month. That's 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS.
Japan marks the 81st anniversary of the nuclear bombing of Hiroshima.
Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi made her first appearance at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Ceremony as the nation's leader, where she reaffirmed Japan's 3 non-nuclear principles of not possessing, producing, or allowing nuclear weapons on its territory. Takaichi's speech comes as the government prepares to revise its key national security documents later this year, prompting debate over whether Japan's non-nuclear policy could come under renewed scrutiny. Public reaction online shows some questioning whether Takaichi, who is widely regarded as hawkish, will keep this pledge to uphold the current policy.
The BBC's Karumi Mori. A drone with explosives was found at Germany's Leipzig airport. The device was defused. The country's top security official saying that the incident posed a new quality of danger in Germany. News and analysis, townhall.com. President Trump has 11 grandkids, so his instincts served him well as he chased a young boy who appeared on stage in Las Vegas with his family during a presidential rally.
Call him the grandfather-in-chief. President Trump running after the toddler who was on the elevated stage, the little boy wandering away, and the audience laughing as President Trump springs into action and then making a joke about Joe Biden falling. Listen.
It's truly an honor. It's truly an honor to stand here before you and speak. Sorry, excuse me. I have a little mom brain going on right now. I'm so sorry. No, he's going to take off. Thank you. Thank you. Truly, thank you, Mr. President.
Laura Winters reporting.
Utah can enforce its strict anti-gambling laws on prediction markets like Kalshi and Polymarket, that under a federal judge's ruling in the Utah case. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Of broadcasting in 2026, one of our longest-running features is the KSVIP. We love recognizing our local residents and listeners for great accomplishments in their lives. If it's a birthday, anniversary, promotion, retirement, a new family member, you name it, they're worthy of being a KSVIP. To nominate a special person who will receive recognition on the radio and a flower from Nell's Floral, call 575-746-2751.
Good morning, Artesia. It's Thursday, August 6th. I'm your host, Scott Pettis. Hey, we got a great show coming up for you today. I hope you stick around with us. We'll start off the first hour, just me. I'll work through, so we'll be talking our Bible verse here in a little bit, and then going through some of our flyers, seeing what's happening. In the 8 o'clock hour, we got the Artesia Rec coming in to tell us all about what they've got going on. I know we're only a few days away, 8 days away from the opening of the new rec center. And then 9 o'clock hour, we'll talk to the Ocotillo Aaron, and then we'll hear from the Carlsbad Gym and Mineral Society. So stick with us. We're gonna have a great show, and here we're gonna listen to the weather, and then we'll come back with our calendars.
Meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low rain chances and hot temperatures all the way through the weekend. High pressure is in charge of the weather pattern for a while. Sunny today, going up to about 100. Overnight, a few clouds and low 70s. We're right around the 100-degree mark again on Friday, and it looks like we'll stay sunny. Upper 90s and low 100s and sunny on Saturday. Right around 100 again on Sunday. We'll stay sunny. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. Let's take a look at that weather. Hobbs. Hey, Hobbs gets to be under 100 today. Look at that, 98 degrees in Hobbs, 101 in Roswell, 101 in Carlsbad, Artesia 101. I got some partly cloudy going on there. Looking at the 10-day, and it's just going to stay hot. So hang in there, Artesia. All right, let's jump into our calendars and see what's going on. Right now, school, no meals at the school right now. They're just a couple weeks away from getting kicked off and started. So let's check out what's happened at the Artesia Senior Meal Site today. You guys are having Swiss steak with broccoli and cauliflower, some rice, and mixed fruit. Over at the Artesia Senior Center today. What day? Man, what day is it? Thursday. There we go. They got quite a bit going on there. 8:15 exercise video, 9 o'clock painting. 9 o'clock also is the J&J Home Care Mini Physicals. And let's see. There's a 9:30 is line dancing for beginners. 1 o'clock bridge, 1:30 Swedish weaving, 2 o'clock Texas Hold'em, 2:30 stained glass. 3:45 headed up to Roswell Elks for Out to Bingo. It's cash only, ladies and gentlemen, is what it says. And I missed this. So the Thursday paint at 9 o'clock all throughout this month. Kathy Eiler will be teaching how to paint an ocean scene using acrylic paint and other new techniques. Come join, create masterpiece of your own. Then tonight, dance from 7 to 9:30 with Cibola Springs and Finger Foods. Let's see, library calendar. I have no events on the library calendar for today. At the schools, let's see, 6th and 7th grade. You guys got to pick up your schedules today from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Artesia Junior High, 8th grade schedule pickup from 8 to 2. And then the senior pickup at the high school today, 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. Who's got a birthday today? Happy birthday to Leon Gormley and Lynn Dampier. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful birthday.
It's almost time for the 90th annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, July the 31st to August the 8th in Lovington, New Mexico. And get ready for the hottest entertainment in the Southwest. July 31st, the Hispanic Heritage Celebration with Keith Nieto, Conjunto Rio Grande, and Mi Banda El Mexicano. August the 4th, after PRCA Extreme Bulls, it's the Logan Ryan Band and Baker Blankenship. Wednesday, August the 5th, Faith and Family Night with Crowder. August the 6th, Tough Enough to Wear Pink with Ernest. August the 7th, celebrate America's heroes with John Morgan and Chase Wright. August the 8th, Volunteer Appreciation Night featuring Old Dominion. The Lee County Fair and Rodeo, July the 31st through August the 8th in Lovington, New Mexico. For tickets and info, go to leecountyfair.net. Hats off to 90 years.
Your business runs year-round. So does ours. Block Advisors at H&R Block provides small business expertise beyond just taxes. From post-tax filing support to payroll and bookkeeping, we are always in your corner through tax day and every day, all year long. Because your passion never takes a day off. Let's talk business. Schedule an appointment today at blockadvisors.com/smallbiz or 502 West Texas Avenue, Suite A, Artesia.
Big win tonight. Everybody's celebrating and the drinks are flowing. And then somebody decides they're totally fine to drive. That's when every potential driver needs a timeout.
Think you can drink and drive? Terrible play.
Luckily, a sober friend steps in and offers a ride home instead. And just like that, crisis avoided. If someone's been drinking, get them a safe ride home.
Play on!
Make the right call. Help end DWI. Brought to you by NMDOT.
Working from home? Power up your home office with PVT's ultimate Wi-Fi experience. Enjoy pro-level connectivity and productivity with PVT's fiber internet, bringing you reliable video conferences, high-capacity file sharing, and stable Wi-Fi throughout your home. Transform your workday and become a home office hero. Visit pvt.com or call us at 575-748-1241 to learn more and get connected.
As part of the ongoing effort to keep the roads of New Mexico safe, we would like to share a list of things you should never attempt behind the wheel of your automobile.
Texting your friends, wrestling your friends, eating a sandwich, making a sandwich, hugging your kids, buckling your kids, brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, flossing your teeth, adjusting your seat, rubbing your feet, reading the paper, using a shaver, applying makeup,
You get
applying
the
to
point.
college.
A large number of car crashes occur when the driver is doing something other than driving. Drive safe, New Mexico.
Paid for by the New Mexico Department of Transportation and aired in cooperation with the NMBA and the station.
All right, welcome back, New Mexico. Or New Mexico. I heard that on there. Artesia. I wish all of New Mexico was listening. They should be. It's a good show. All right, let's jump into some scripture. So, at First Church Artesia, where I pastor, every week on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, we have midweek services. The men meet on Tuesday night, the ladies and kids on Wednesday night. And those sessions for us they're not like in-depth Bible studies. They're actual practical application. Like, hey, all right, we understand the Bible. How is it that we actually live this out? You know, what is it we do to live it out? And this week's lesson was on what we call federal family, right? And the word federal, if you don't know, just is another word for covenant. And so covenantal family, what does it look like to be a family unit? And one of the texts that got used in the chapter this week as we were looking at it, I found interesting, and I wanted to share with you guys. So we're in Job, the book of Job, and first chapter. If you've never read the book of Job, or if you haven't spent much time in it, I really encourage you to, because life's hard, and if you want to understand God's sovereignty and God's provision and everything about how we're to deal with the struggles of life, Job's a very good lens to understand your struggles and understand what's going on in your life by jumping in there. But we begin in Job 1, and we're going to do verses 1 through 5. It says, there was a man in the land of Uz that was named Job, and that man was blameless and upright, one who feared God and turned away from evil. There were born to him 7 sons and 3 daughters. He possessed 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 female donkeys, and very many servants, so that this man was the greatest of all the people of the East. His sons used to go and hold a feast in the house of each one on his day, and they would send and invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. When the days of the feast had run their course, Job would send and consecrate them. And he would rise early in the morning and offer burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my children have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus Job did continually. So we look at this picture. We got this guy named Job. This is his introduction. He's wealthy. He's blessed beyond measure. He follows after God in his life. It says he turns away from evil. He's been blessed with all these children, with all these possessions, all this stuff. His life's really, really good at this point, right? And his sons would go, and it says his sons would hold a feast, right? And they, and they would invite their sisters, and they'd all get together and feast, whatever these feast days were, right? And when they were over, Job would send for them, and he would consecrate them or sanctify them by the act of giving sacrifices for possible sins, not even known sins, but possible sins. Maybe they've sinned. Maybe they've cursed God in their hearts, right? And so our book, in looking at this text, was talking about basically the responsibility of a father. And that was the primary focus of the chapter. And there's more, of course, lessons that come out of it. But looking at the fact that as a father within a household, you have to own the sins. You have responsibility for the sins of your household. You have to sacrifice for those sins. You have to cover your children and your wife in that household. And that's the requirement and the responsibility of a man and his household. And from that, what kind of principle can we draw? We look at is this idea. Our families are not a bunch of individuals living in a house together. We're not a bunch of individuals doing our own thing, going our own way, contrary to what the world talks about now. And the world really emphasizes in our lives is this idea of, well, each person striking out on their own. They've got their own thoughts, their own beliefs, and their own everything. And everybody just kind of, we're just all here to support each other and whatever everybody wants, as if having what you want makes you happy or whole in life. But that's not the picture of the biblical family. It's not the picture of what Job was doing. His sons went off. These are obviously grown men because they're off holding their own feast, and they have their own households, and they're bringing their sisters in. And I'm assuming that whatever household their sisters are part of are being brought in, and they're feasting and they're celebrating. We don't know what, but they were. And Job's worried about their sins. Job says, I'm going to go make sacrifices to God and try to cover their sins for them and help them out, because he's willing to take responsibility for the sins of his children. And so what does that tell us? How does that picture it, right? The world wants us to have, what we describe as an atomistic society. It's just a bunch of individuals doing individual things, going after individual goals, going after individual purpose, even into our households. But that's not how God designed it. Our households are supposed to be molecular structures, atoms, but bound together for one purpose and one goal, one driven direction, driven by the head of the household. We're supposed to be functioning in a position where there's no breakup, no one person's left alone to worry about their own problems. We're carrying each other through, right? A father practically sacrificing, helping his children through their sins and their struggles and moving them forward in life, and not like, hey, you're 18, get out, go figure your own thing out. As if somehow the molecular bond of the family breaks when a child reaches a certain size and age and maturity. Our families are bound together forever. And we've got to recapture that in our societies. Yes, our children have drive and they want to go do and accomplish things, but that is part of the overarching household. How are you going to help carry them through that? How are you going to make sure they're protected and covered? And it's got to start when they're little, and it's got to carry on through their lives. Your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren are all part of one household. And helping and letting your children know that that's the case from the very beginning creates a bond that can't be broken. You can't have outside forces. So we look around the world right now and we go, how is it that so many people have come to believe so many wild ideas? Because they don't have the faith or the thoughts of their forefathers. They've abandoned them. They've abandoned them for promises of free money. They've abandoned them for promises of freedom to sin and however they want to sin. And that, hey, it's all okay because you're an individual and you can think how you want to think. I'm not saying you're going to be able to force your children to think the way you want to think, but if they see the goodness of your faith, the goodness of your way of life, they'll want that same goodness. They'll want that. They'll want to be part of that, and they'll want to mimic it, and they'll want to carry it on generation after generation. So that's the goal. That's the point of this book we're working through right now. Just looking at what does a Christian family look like? What does a Christian marriage look like? How do we raise our children? How do we function in this world that's so adverse to this biblical truth that's there that we see? How do we actually practically do that? And so I encourage you, if especially young families with young children, get with people that can teach you how to get this right from the very beginning. We've been given the world's idea of what life should look like for so long, we just take it for granted. We don't even second guess it anymore. The idea that, well, I just got to get my children through school so they can go off to college so they can go build their own lives. College is a good tool. It's not an end goal. Wealth is a great tool to accomplish a mission as a family, but it's not the end goal. It's not the purpose. And so we have to understand, what is the purpose of the family? What is the purpose of this life? And how is it we're to drive forward? Well, we can only do that as a collective. Now, our individualistic thinking is what is destroying our society around us. Because we begin to start to think things, well, I can't tell them what to think. I can't tell them. Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. You can chastise your children for embracing worldly thought. But if you're going to do that, you better be prepared to show them the goodness of biblical living. If they haven't seen it in your life, it's going to be hard. You're going to have to go back and you're going to have to cover your sins and their sins, and you're going to have to repent before your children and tell them, look, I got this wrong. I didn't understand, or I refused to believe what I was being told. And we've got to do better in order that the generation after generation, is flourishing. One of the interesting things about the book of Job is, most of you know the story, right? Job has all this, everything's wonderful, everything's great, guy, he's great. Satan challenges God and goes, all your people are messed up. And he goes, well, have you considered Job? And he's like, well, if I take away all his wealth, I bet he won't be as holy. If I take away his children, if I take away his whole life, everything he has, he won't. And for a time in the book, Job is a miserable character throughout the book. And his friends are kind of dumb and give him a bunch of bad advice. But then it comes around as the end of the book is Job's heart is turned back to God. He realizes all of his suffering, all of that had come upon him was God's will for his life. And when he realizes that, and when he submits to God, that's when God again blesses him. We can't expect the blessings of God in this life. We can't expect our children to be prosperous and our grandchildren to be prosperous and all of that when we refuse the very model of the family that God has put in place. We have to submit to that. We have to look at it and see this is how God has said to arrange our lives. This is the roles he's given us in the household. This is what he's told our children to do, and this is what he's told us as parents to do. And this is how we're supposed to live this out. It's all there, ladies and gentlemen. It's not even hard to find. We talk about it constantly in our church because we have this drive to have not have godly families so we can look at everybody else and go, you guys got it all messed up. No, we just want the blessing of God in our lives. We want to be blessed by God because we followed what he said. And when you do the right thing, their blessing naturally pours out of that because that's how God arranged it. That's how he designed it. So my encouragement is jump into scripture. Start looking and understanding. Fathers, take responsibility fully for everything that happens in your house. A lot of people get really upset with this, especially in biblical counseling, marriage counseling and stuff. That when you walk into me for marriage counseling, and I learned this from wise pastors, the first thing I'm going to indicate to you is, though all the struggles in your house may not be your fault, every one of them is your responsibility. Fathers, you've got to own that. You're the ones that are responsible for how everything turns out in your household and in your children and in your children's lives. And there's an answer for every bit of it. And we find it in Scripture. And so, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for sticking with me through that. We're going to go ahead and go to our mid-hour news break, and then we're going to come back right after that, and we'll jump into happenings around town.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. There is talk of a pending agreement to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Iran says a deal with its Gulf neighbor Oman is close at hand. President Trump, speaking in Nevada, said that he was ready to lower the boom on Iran, and that, he says, is what brought Tehran back to the bargaining table. Never quiet for very long, North Korea is making more noise again, firing some sort of a missile off its east coast, that according to the South Koreans. Crews taking advantage of cooler weather start getting a handle on wildfires that have displaced tens of thousands of people around Spokane, Washington. However, forecasters say that hotter, drier, and windier weather is on the way in coming days. On Wall Street, the Dow futures are up 95 points, while the NASDAQ futures are off 214. The S&P futures 4 points higher. More details at srnnews.com.
Here's a song for Lowell's Pharmacy, and when it's over, I'll explain why we're called the Family Pharmacy.
You and your family getting all the things you need, where personal service is always guaranteed. Prescriptions fill faster with dependability. That is why we're called the Family Pharmacy.
At Lowell's Pharmacy, we are called the Family Pharmacy. Let me spell it out for you. The F stands for fair prices and everything. The A is for accurate prescription service. M for the many professional services we provide. The I is for immediate service. L for the luxury of getting everything you need in just one place. And the Y is for you.
And that is why we're called the Family Pharmacy.
Lowell's Pharmacy, 612 North 13th, across from the hospital in the Artesia Professional Building. Lowell's Pharmacy.
Do you ever buy Pringles? The chips in the tube. Everyone looks identical to the next. Well, almost identical. And that almost has bugged the chip engineers for years, until AI entered the picture. I'm Kim Commando for Incogni. Data brokers make it easy for anyone to look you up online. Protect your personal information with Incogni. Get 60% off today at privacykim.com. Okay, back to the chips. The Pringles factory in Jackson, Tennessee cranks out 750 million pounds a year. For 4 years, they've been chasing to develop the perfect Pringle. So they gave every chip a digital twin, a live AI copy. Sensors track everything, down to the size of a dried potato particle in the dough. Spot a flaw? AI corrects it, chip by chip. So when someone says AI is everywhere, just smile and nod and remember the Pringle. Because once AI popped in, the flaws stopped, and AI finally earned its salt. Smarter in 5 minutes a day, it's my free newsletter. At getkim.com, go right now. When police searched the car of the man who assassinated a Minnesota lawmaker and her husband in their own home, they found a notebook. Inside, a handwritten list of 11 websites. Not weapons sites. Data brokers. People search sites that sell your home address for just a couple of bucks. Type your name into one right now, and there you are. Your address, your phone, your family's names, a photo of your front door. Anyone can look you up in seconds, and you'll never know who did. That's why I use Incognito. It forces data brokers and people's search sites to delete you, then keeps checking because deleted data creeps back. Incognito is scrubbing from over 400 sites, while I did exactly nothing. You lock your doors every night. So tonight, lock down your address. Go to privacykim.com for 60% off. That's privacykim.com, because the next time a stranger searches your name, let them find nothing. A scammer or worse can't find you if you don't exist. Get 60% off right now at privacykim.com.
Turpin & Son Mortuary of Artesia presents a listing of today's obituaries. Today we have one obituary for Joe Salgado. Joe T. Salgado passed away peacefully on August 3rd, 2026, surrounded by the love of his family. His life was grounded in faith, family, community, and his enduring love for the Artesia Bulldog football team. Joe was a devoted husband to his beloved wife, Emma Salgado, with whom he shared a lifetime of love, partnership, and cherished memories. He was the proud father to Dr. Joe Salgado and his wife, Kim, Jamie Salgado, and Vanessa Rogers and her husband, Jared. Nothing brought Joe greater joy than his family. He treasured time with his grandchildren, Tori, Keaton, and his wife, Taylor, Jace, Aiden, Camera, and Avid, and his new great-grandson, Blair. They will remember his constant encouragement, support, and affection. Joe was preceded in death by his parents, Blas and Michaela Salgado, and his siblings, Salvador, Aiden, Blas, Sophia, Estella Jones, and Francis. He is survived by his siblings, Arthur, Sally, Brito, and Eva Abbott. Joe treasured the lifelong bond he shared with his brothers and sisters. His family finds comfort in knowing he has been reunited with those who went before him. Joe's faith in God guided his decisions, shaped his character, and sustained him through every season of life. His faith was not simply something he professed, it was something he lived. Joe cared deeply for his community. He readily lent a hand, treated others with kindness and respect, and found joy in building relationships with those around him. Many of those relationships were strengthened over meals at the Green Chili Cafe, where he enjoyed the cuisine, cherished the staff, and frequently gathered with friends and family. His generosity and welcoming spirit left a lasting impression on all who knew him. Joe will be remembered for his devotion to faith, family, and community, his warm smile, and his gentle wisdom. Although he will be deeply missed, his legacy of love and service will continue through his family and the many lives he touched. Joe will be forever loved and never forgotten. The family sincerely appreciates the love, prayers, and supports they have received during this difficult time. They also extend heartfelt gratitude to Artesia General Hospital and its medical staff, J&J Home Care, and Inhabit Hospice for their hard work, compassion, and dedicated care of Joe and his family. Services will be held Monday, August 10th at Our Lady of Grace Catholic Church. The rosary will begin at 9 a.m., with funeral services to follow. Burial will take place at Woodbine Cemetery. Following the burial, a meal will be provided at Our Lady of Grace Church Hall. In lieu of flowers, the family kindly requests that memorial donations be made to the Artesia General Hospital Foundation Cup of Joe Scholarship Fund. This listing has been presented as a service by Turpin & Son Mortuary of Artesia. We make it personal.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low rain chances and hot temperatures all the way through the weekend. High pressure is in charge of the weather pattern for a while. Sunny today, going up to about 100. Overnight, a few clouds and low 70s. We're right around the 100-degree mark again on Friday, and it looks like we'll stay sunny. Upper 90s and low 100s and sunny on Saturday. Right around 100 again on Sunday. We'll stay sunny. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
All right, Artesia, welcome back. Let's jump into these flyers and see what's going on tonight, Thursday, August 6th from 5:30 to 7. You can discover the future of surgery at Artesia General Hospital's Da Vinci 5 Robotic Surgical System Open House. You can see the technology in action, try the robotic controls for yourself, and learn how this advanced system is enhancing surgical care in southeast New Mexico. They're going to have heavy hors d'oeuvres and refreshments will be provided. Space is limited. You can call 575-736-8116 to reserve your spot. We mentioned it earlier, but here it is again. Seniors, today is your day to go pick up your high school schedule from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30. Enter through the south doors of the Commons area, complete and bring all yellow papers in the back to school packet when you come to pick up your schedule. All right. Traditions Workshop Supply Drive. Help provide essential supplies to help students make homecoming mums and spirit wear. You can bring orange, black, and white and glitter ribbons of all shapes and sizes, hot glue sticks and safety pins, sports-themed mum accessories, stickers and glitter, paint and paintbrushes. Bring all that to Artesia Intermediate School, and that goes through Monday. Yep, through next Monday, 10th of August. So students who bring in supplies will receive a drawstring backpack. All right. Hey, youth cheer camp's coming up for 5th, 6th, and 7th graders. Registration will be August 4th through 6th at Nell's Floral from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then Saturday, August 15th, there will be a vendor event at the admin building on Saturday, August 15th. Cheer camp happens on August 18th and 19th at the AHS White Gym. And they'll be cheering August 21st at the Carlsbad game at 7 p.m. It's only $50, and it includes instruction, snack, and a cheer shirt on camp day. Checks or cash need to be made out to Artesia Cheer. Artesia Moose Lodge is holding a back-to-school supply drive. You can donate school supplies to help students in need. They're collecting all kinds of student supplies, paper, pencils, notebooks, pens, highlighter, Sharpies, all that stuff. And they'll be accepting, today's the last day until August 6th, Thursday. So today's the last day you can bring stuff to the Moose Lodge and drop it off for them. All right, back to school. Riverwalk Recreation Center, Thursday, August 6th. That's today from 4 to 5:30 p.m. at 400 Riverwalk Drive. They'll have crafts, refreshments, light snacks, and giveaways. All ages welcome to celebrate the kiddos going back to school. Tonight, this evening from 5:30 to 7 p.m., CARC Incorporated will be hosting their CARC Connecting with CARC. Meet CEO Tom Hollis. You can go and join them, connect with residents, family, staff, and community partners while learning more about CARC and its future. RSVP to Carla at 575-361-3276. Tomorrow is Bulldog Beginnings Breakfast for all the new staff at the Artesia Public Schools. This is hosted by the Artesia Chamber of Commerce, and it helps them kick off their year and feel at home from day one. Businesses are encouraged to donate welcome bag items or door prizes to help make our newest educators and staff feel right at home. For more information, call the Chamber at 575-746-2744. The Artesia Bulldogs Quarterback Club, they're going to be hosting their hamburger fry this Friday, August 7th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the stadium, at the football stadium. And you can buy tickets from them, or if not, you buy a ticket when you get there. It's only, how much is it? It's only $5. Go get a hamburger and dinner for only $5. Watch the inner squad and the kids camp. All right. Let's see. Football camp, drills and skills camp this Friday, August 7th. That's the event for tomorrow night where they're going to have the hamburger fry from 7 to 8:30 p.m. This is for kindergarten through 6th grade. Registration happens from 6:30 to 7, only $25, and you get a free t-shirt. Let's see, Artesia Aquatic Center update. Friday, August 7th will be the last weekday the outdoor pools will be open. So tomorrow is the last day during the weekday that the outdoor pools are going to be open for you to swim in. August 8th through Labor Day weekend, outdoor pools will be open weekends only. And then Monday, September 7th will be the final day of the 2026 outdoor pool season. Make the most of the remaining pool season before it comes to a close. Let's see. Carlsbad Caverns National Park presents the Artist in Resident program with Chris and Debbie Salusanak through August 7th. You can head on over to Carlsbad Caverns National Park, and they're having a rotating resident artist on site at the park. And during their 2-week residency, they can be found creating art in the Visitor Center studio or in the cavern. There will be special programming presented by the artist on the second week of their residency. Check out their social media pages for further details. John Van Hammersveld will be live in Carlsbad and in person Friday and Saturday, August 7th and 8th at the Carlsbad Museum. And let's see, closing reception happens tomorrow, August 7th from 4 to 7 p.m. There will be a gallery walkthrough, a poster signing, and catering. In-person workshops will happen August 8th. It's first come, first serve. And 6th to 12th graders happens from 11 to 1. Adults from 5 to 7 p.m. That's at 418 West Fox Street in Carlsbad. For more information, go to carlsbadmuseum.org. This Saturday, Artesia Main Street's Oil Patch Market is happening from 5 to 8 p.m. There will be vendors and food trucks, all kinds of fun stuff out there Saturday evening behind the Ocotillo, in the big parking lot behind the Ocotillo. I know there's a name for it, and I can't think of it right now. Let's see. In Carlsbad, Bulk Waste Take Back Day, Saturday, August 8th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So if you're in the Carlsbad area, you got tires, mattresses, appliances, old furniture, and other big junk, you can drop that off at 400 Riverwalk Drive in Carlsbad. That's the Rec Center parking lot. For more information, you can contact Matt at 575-885-3700. The Carlsbad Area Art Association is having a hands-on workshop called Whimsical Watercolor for You, happening Saturday, August 8th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's for ages 16 and up, and it's located at the Artist Gallery. Members are only $25, non-members $30. You can register online at carlsbadart.com/book online. Let's see. The Assistance League in Carlsbad is hosting a book drive and movie. Bring a book, get in for the movie free. All you do is bring one book and you get in free, or bring two books and you get free admission for the whole family. The movie showing is Matilda. Please bring books, first grade reading level or above. Saturday, August 8th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Oh, sorry. Showtimes are at 2 and 6 at the Cavern Theater. Let's see. Carlsbad's holding their National Night Out Saturday, August 8th, 10 to 6 at the Beach Band Shell in Carlsbad. There'll be free food and drinks, jumpers and games, raffles and giveaways, a color run, pickleball, and more. It's all about building a safer, stronger community together. Bring the family and meet your local first responder. Best of all, it's free. Blood drive. Where can we give blood today? Nowhere today or tomorrow. The next one will be on the 8th. So that's Saturday at Albertsons in Carlsbad, 202 West Church Street. And they'll be there from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. At Hermosa Church Christ this weekend, Sunday, August 9th, they'll be holding their back to school event at 2512 West Bush Avenue. So head on out there and join them as they celebrate all the kids going back to school. Artesia Public Schools and the Department of Health Clinic is asking, do you got your shots? Students who received a letter from their school nurse this summer need to make sure they get caught up before school starts. So August 13th, 14th, and 17th, they'll be hosting shots, and that'll be from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And I'm looking for a location on here. Those with immunization exemptions must have their DOH approval letters. All right. Now they put a note on here. Local pharmacies are also able to give immunizations. Check with your pharmacy for availability. All right. Annual Eddy County Mule Deer Banquet this next Friday, August 14th at 5:30 p.m. They'll be at the Walter Garrell Center in Carlsbad. Second Amendment prizes and hunts. It's a full bar. Corporate tables are available. You can get your tickets at Courtesy Pond, or you can call Christy at 575-308-3287. Hey, registration is now open through August 21st for City of Artesia NFL flag football registration. You can sign up for flag football. The league is open to first through sixth grade students, offers a fun, non-contact way to learn the game while developing teamwork and sportsmanship. Registration is only $40 per player, plus a $3 service fee. You can register online and at leagues.bluesombrero.com/City of Artesia. All right. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take our break. There's a few more in here, but they're all quite far away. So let's take a quick break and we'll come back and close out the hour.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. President Donald Trump said a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz could come this week as Iran gets closer to an agreement on the critical waterway that could ease pressure on the global economy and potentially help bring an end to the war. The United States, along with Israel, launched the war back on February 28th, citing various goals, including toppling Tehran's government and ending its nuclear program. Hackers attempted a series of sophisticated cyber attacks on major Wall Street money managers in recent days, targeting their information systems. Some of the world's largest hedge funds, along with several private equity firms, were targeted as part of the assault. France next week will ban unsolicited telemarketing calls under a new law aimed at protecting consumers from intrusive sales pitches and shielding vulnerable people from the fraudulent commercial practices. The law, backed by the French government, enters into force on August 11th. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
It is much easier to prevent business fraud than to clean up the damage after fraudulent activities. First American Bank is committed to introducing the newest technology and treasury management solutions. With First American Bank as your business partner, we can help you with our recommended fraud prevention products and best practices to proactively keep your business finances more secure. Talk to a banker today to find out more. First American Bank, your local first community bank since 1903. Member FDIC.
Whether you're buying your first home, selling, adding to your investment portfolio, or finally getting that shop with acreage for your forever home, Century 21 Black Gold is by your side from start to finish. Century 21 Black Gold is the premier full-service real estate brokerage in Artesia, striving to treat each client, property, and transaction with care, knowledge, and professionalism. Your home is our priority. Century 21 Black Gold Brokerage. We don't just sell houses. We hand you the keys to your next chapter. Give us a call today, 575-736-0021.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
Welcome to Answers with Ken Ham. The account of origins presented in the Genesis is a simple but factual presentation of actual events and provides reliable basis for man's worldview and a framework for scientific investigation into the question of the origin and history of life. Answers with Ken Ham is brought to you by Harvest Fellowship at 2307 West Main in Artesia. Call Pastor Ronnie Williams at 746-6195. Now, today's Answers with Ken Ham.
Dinosaur soft tissue. This is Ken Ham, often a radio and TV program guest speaker on the Bible's authority and reliability. According to evolutionary ideas, dinosaurs went extinct around 65 million years ago. But we find evidence that dinosaurs lived much more recently than that. Over 20 years ago, scientists discovered soft tissue in a dinosaur bone. Red blood cells, collagen fibers, and blood vessels in a supposedly 65 million year old T-Rex femur. We know soft tissue chemically breaks down. It can't last millions of years. Now this discovery doesn't fit with the evolutionary story, but it does fit with the biblical account of history. Dinosaurs were buried during Noah's flood just 4,300 years ago.
Get answers to your questions about dinosaurs when you visit AnswersRadio.com. That's AnswersRadio.com.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. Hey, we had a bit of a change of schedule. Next hour, we were supposed to have the Artesia Rec Center come in, but I don't know, they're acting like they're busy with opening a new rec center or something, but they're going to come in on, next Monday at 8:45, so they'll be in next week. And then I know next Friday is the grand opening on that thing, and both Gene and I will be there to host the show on that day. We'll be doing the show live from the new rec center. I can't wait to go check it out. I'm super excited about this. I love anything new, to be honest with you. I'm kind of like a kid in a candy shop. Oh, look at this shiny new thing, you know. I guess I'll go check it out. So encouraging you guys to be there and be ready to go and check all that out. I'm super excited to see what all that's going to bring to our city. You know, I mean, the pool's been a huge blessing for our city. It's an amazing pool. Like, I've been a lot of places. I've never seen a public pool quite as cool as the one we have here in town. And so, hey, I'm on the air today, so I need to give a quick shout out. He probably isn't out of bed yet, but yesterday was my son Mick's 17th birthday, and so I want to give a shout on the radio to him. Happy birthday, son. Very proud of you. Keep up the good work. He's one of our cameramen here at KSVP. He works the fair, and then he'll be on the team filming all of our football games this year. And I'm just super proud and excited for him turning 17. So let's see. We got a few more minutes. In the next hour, I want to figure out how to do this. I want to talk a little bit about some ongoing election stuff. In the next hour, of course, Jeff will come in, hang out with me. There's a huge race in New Mexico right now that many of you may not be really aware of, and it's for Congressional District 2. And even if you're not in CD2, which most of Artesia isn't. I think it begins south of here, if I'm not mistaken. I'll pull up a map in the next hour and tell you kind of exactly where it's at. But there's a massive race. Greg Cunningham, a guy I consider to be a friend. I'm just barely met him and stuff, but we both come out of the same world. He was a reconnaissance Marine as well. And he was a cop for like 20 some odd years. Here in the state of New Mexico. He's running up against Gabe Vasquez, which of course is one of the leftist candidates. Gabe's been in office, I think, for 4 years now, and Greg's running against him. Greg is the only, as far as I know, Greg's the only Trump-endorsed candidate in New Mexico. And so this race is huge. It's becoming a big deal. And I saw an ad this morning, or it wasn't really an ad. It was a post shared by Gabe Vasquez, his opponent. And it was put out by something called the Courier News, which I'm not real sure what it is. But this guy from the Courier News is on there talking. And the big accusation behind it is that Greg Cunningham's backed by religious extremist Pastor Smotherman out of the Legacy Church, and these guys are horrible, and they hate LGBTQ, and they believe marriage should only be between a man and a woman, and they don't support abortion rights and all this stuff. And this guy is saying all this with like this real emphasis, like, this is a horrible thing. You can't vote for this Greg Cunningham because this is the way he believes. As one would expect, the overwhelming response is, well, now you've even convinced me more. All right. I don't think this is going the way Gabe Vasquez thought it would go. I think he thought he'd get a lot of big support because, this extremist candidate. So, but anyway, we're going to come back next hour. We'll talk about that and a lot more, and we'll see you after this break.
This is KSVP and K229AS Artesia.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee has voted to hold Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress and refer him Justice Department for potential prosecution. It stems from Fauci's repeated refusal to answer questions at last week's hearing about his handling of the COVID pandemic. GOP Senator Rand Paul says the pandemic's impact on the way it was handled was devastating.
Children lost years of school they will never get back. Americans lost the freedom to work, to worship, and to decide what went into their own bodies. Nothing we do today can undo those losses, but silence does not honor them either.
Democrats do it, and so do Republicans, and redistricting, could have an impact on today's primary votes in Tennessee.
A new Tennessee congressional map that carved up a majority black district in Memphis is making its electoral debut today in a primary election that will determine the nominees for a Republican attempt at a clean sweep of the state's U.S. House districts in the midterms. 3 months ago, the Republican-led legislature redrew congressional districts following a U.S. Supreme Court ruling that weakened federal Voting Rights Act protection for minorities. President Donald Trump has cheered the redistricting as part of a national plan to try to help Republicans hold on to their slim House majority in Washington. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Iran claims it's close to a deal with its Gulf neighbor Oman over the Strait of Hormuz. This comes after President Trump said a deal to reopen that crucial waterway could be announced very soon. The president says it was his threat of a major attack on Iran that got Tehran to come back to the bargaining table. On Wall Street this hour, the Dow is trading about 33 points lower, while the Nasdaq is up 50 points. The S&P better by 9 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Investigators say a stabbing attack in the UK's capital city appears to be an isolated incident.
London police say a woman has been arrested after 4 people were stabbed in Covent Garden, a bustling area in the centre of London that's full of attractions and very popular with visitors. The Metropolitan Police say early indications suggest it was a mental health-related incident and that scissors were recovered at the scene. The injured were taken to a major trauma centre following the incident early Wednesday afternoon in Endell Street. No further update has been given on the extent of their injuries. There's a significant police cordon around the scene of the incident. I'm Charles Dilladesma.
A wildfire that swept across mountains and coastal areas west of Athens, Greece, displaced hundreds of animals. Volunteers rescued more than 280 pets and wildlife during days of extreme heat and shifting winds in Greece. News and analysis, townhall.com. The Senate confirmed Dr. Erica Schwartz as director of the Centers for Disease Control on Wednesday in a vote of 51 to 44.
Schwartz, a former Deputy Surgeon General and retired U.S. Coast Guard officer, was nominated for the job in April and is the first black woman to serve as director of the CDC. She's a notable departure from prior contenders considered by the Trump administration, who have supported the policy of Make America Healthy Again. She has a lengthy record of guiding vaccination programs and crisis responses for the government. The CDC has been without an official director for a year since Dr. Susan Menarez was removed less than a month into the job after clashing with U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. over vaccine policies. Bernie Bennett, Washington.
The United States has suspended inspections of avocados in the Mexican state of Michoacan because of an unspecified threat to American interests. More on these stories, townhall.com.
As KSVP celebrates 80 years of broadcasting in 2026, one of our longest-running features is the KSVIP. We love recognizing our local residents and listeners for great accomplishments in their lives. If it's a birthday, anniversary, promotion, retirement, a new family member, you name it, they're worthy of being a KSVIP. To nominate a special person who will receive recognition on the radio and a flower from Nell's Floral, call 575-746-2751.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. It's Thursday, August 6th, the 8 o'clock hour. I'm your host, Scott Pettis. Hey, like I said, we had a guest scheduled for this hour, but things changed, and so me and Jeff are going to run through a few things. I think we'll talk a little bit about the rec center. We'll talk about some of the upcoming football plans, what that's looking like for the year. And maybe we'll get into a little bit of local, state, and national news in this hour. But first, let's go listen to the weather and some commercial break.
This is a nasty little termite. It loves nothing better than to eat your house, your subfloors, your walls, around your windows. And then they swarm around, taunting you.
We're eating your house. We're eating your house.
You'd like to kill them, wouldn't you? But you don't want trenches dug around your home, and you don't want holes in your foundation. That's where Dow AgroSciences and the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System come to the rescue. The same system that protects the White House can help protect your house. An authorized operator strategically places Centricon stations around your house and then carefully monitors them for termites. If they're found, a professional inserts bait tube devices. The termites take the bait and they die.
I feel like I'm dying.
Kind of like that, only a lot more effective. In fact, Centricon is proven to eliminate the termite colony. Termites are gone with Centricon. No more colony, no more problem. Visit Centricon.com.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today for all of Southeast New Mexico. 575-623-5344.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low rain chances and hot temperatures all the way through the weekend. High pressure is in charge of the weather pattern for a while. Sunny today, going up to about 100. Overnight, a few clouds and low 70s. We're right around the 100-degree mark again on Friday, and it looks like we'll stay sunny. Upper 90s and low 100s and sunny on Saturday. Right around 100 again on Sunday. We'll stay sunny. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Hey, Roswell, time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top-selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
Have you been looking for a dental office that's accepting new patients? Here at Carabelli Dental, we're proud to welcome you to our practice, where you will experience exceptional care with an outstanding team. With convenient appointment availability, it's a great time to experience personalized treatment, advanced technology, and a dental team dedicated to your smile.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455.
Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, home-owned and operated for over 50 years, and here for all your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has the expertise to install residential, commercial, and industrial air conditioning units, including the conversion of evaporative coolers to refrigerated air systems. Cut cooling costs with high-efficiency Carrier units from Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, your authorized Carrier dealer. Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, a proud sponsor of the Artesia Bulldogs and our community for over 50 years.
Stephen, you've been drinking. Give me your keys.
Hand over the keys. It's the right choice. Never drink, then drive.
This message from the Eddy County DWI program.
Isn't that so true? No, we didn't have much money. We barely made enough to survive. All right.
I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
Yeah, I don't either.
I just could throw a ding 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 ding.
So, all right, Jeff. Well, we've got the hour. I told you to bring the football schedule with you. A couple of things I wanted to hit. I'm scrolling through the town gossip pages on Facebook to see what in the world's going on. Apparently, National Night Out was a big hit.
Yes, it
went really well. Did you head out? Did you get? No, I didn't get a chance to go out there either. But
I'm past my bedtime.
Yeah, but it's swimming, free swimming. So hey, how can you beat that? So
yeah, but I'm kind of careful around water these days.
Yeah, Jeff getting in water too deep is a great idea.
Well, I had the first Grand Mall. And then once I got cleared, everything was good, like a year and a half. Then I had my second seizure in the parking lot of the aquatic center. So it's,
it's a location thing.
Well, it's just one of those, thank God I was not in.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I wouldn't, and even though now I'm fine, I have that all under control. It's still one of those, I don't want to.
We'll put floaties on Jeff. Hey, I ate lunch at Green Chili Cafe yesterday, and it was amazing, of course. So their special this week is a jalapeno popper hamburger.
Mm-hmm.
And it was me and a couple other guys, and we were like the last ones there. Like they close at 1:15. We're walking in the door at 1:05, you know, and we're like, hey, I'll take one of those. And they're like, I just ran out of all that. That was the last one I can make. It was like his last thing of cream cheese on the burger, on the person before us. And we're like, we still got an amazing green chili cheese bacon burger, you know, so. But go check out the jalapeno popper burger. It looks delicious,
Kush
by the way.
And Dr. Salgado were talking about that yesterday.
Oh, man.
It looks so good.
It does.
And then hearing them talk about it, it's kind of, that was the same as the Indian cuisine. You know, you got there.
Yeah.
I did not get there early. I still was able to get everything.
Yeah.
There was maybe one or two things missing, but did so well with it that Harold said they're going to do it again.
Yeah. They crush it up there. So, let's see. So let's jump into the football schedule. Scrolling through the page, I found it as well, but Jeff's got it in front of him. So the scrimmage is happening. Is it tomorrow in Las Cruces or next week in Las Cruces?
Next Friday in Las Cruces.
Next Friday in Las Cruces. Okay.
Tomorrow is the quarterback club's
hamburger fry,
and then the kids camp, like the sign up.
And it said something about an inner squad. Yeah, an inner squad. So I'm guessing the high school team's going to kind of play each other a little bit.
Well,
it's right there. You just had it in your hand. The hamburger fry for tomorrow. Yeah, go out there and get those great hamburgers. $5. Watch the kids do camp and stuff, and
it's the inner squad and kids camp will start up, and
so go support Quarterback Club. That is an amazing club. I actually regret having to drop out of it because just time wise, I didn't have enough time to commit to those young men.
Oh yeah,
and that was my first year I did. I had a bunch of time, you know, and the second year I did it, I just was so overwhelmed with everything else. I realized I'm not giving these kids enough attention, so I had to step away from it. I wish I had more time on my hands because, man, that's an awesome program. And if you're a guy out there looking to serve the community and help out, like Quarterback Club is the place. First off, you get every Tuesday after, because it's Tuesday night meetings, and every Tuesday after a game, you get highlight reels. Talked through by all the coaches. And this happened, this happened, this happened. And
I used to make those videos.
Did you really? And so really good. Really great club to be part of. So
when Pete was on a few weeks ago talking about this and the Quarterback Club, we spoke about it. And I really wish I could get involved, but I don't have the time, especially
it's not so much like the meetings. The meetings are easy, but it's like going and committing time with these young men and helping them out and supporting them throughout the season.
And it does really well. It's really important, does really well, helps mentoring the kids, but also it helps the quarterback dad. I believe it helps out a lot more in themselves as well.
Yeah. It's having a purpose, serving something other than yourself is always great for anyone, but especially for men.
Similar to I kind of equate it to a friend who got involved with Big Brother, Big Sister.
Yeah.
And I really think that changed his viewpoint on a lot of aspects of life and really helped him mature.
Yeah.
And it was really, really good for him, and great for the kid, but also for him as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got the first game, Eddy County War, and it's here.
It is. We get to play them here.
August 21st. And then 2 away games, Hobbs, then Las Cruces. 2 back-to-back home games. Who are we playing?
Deming
and Gadsden.
And Gadsden is homecoming, September 18th.
Okay, September 18th is homecoming. Gadsden, I saw a post a while ago. What's the theme? Somebody put like "Welcome to the Jungle," where the bulldogs rule.
Yeah, something like that.
It's clever. Don't really get it, but it's clever.
I was like, "Welcome to." I was like, "Okay."
I was like, of course, our generation. That song just pops in your head.
Well, I'm thinking, there's a float. Have a hairband.
Yeah, you gotta have. Yeah, someone has to do a float with a hairband and play that all the way down Main Street as loud as you possibly can.
I'll sing "Welcome to the Jungle" and yell at people for Axel yelled at us for everything.
Oh man! Then 2 away games: Alamogordo and Chaparral. I'm dumb. Where's Chaparral at? Is that an Albuquerque team?
El Paso.
El Paso.
Okay, look, let me see. Gadsden, Chaparral are all in that little area.
Cruces.
El Paso, Cruces.
Okay, gotcha.
Southern border.
October 9th is an open night, and then back to the Bulldog Bowl on October 16th. Then away to Roswell and away to Las Cruces. We only have 4 home games this year, folks. It's an off year, and so we don't get as many home games. But then playoffs begin November 6th through 7th, and then championship happens November 27th and 28th. Hey, they might be playing the championship game on my birthday.
Hey,
I like that.
That's nice.
That's pretty cool. That'd be a great birthday present.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, so be 34 championships if we win that. That'd be great.
This is we've got some road trips this year.
Yeah.
Better
tell Mick to pack a bag. He's going to be on the road a lot this year.
We've got 3 in Las Cruces pretty much. I mean,
yeah,
because we've got Centennial and Mayfield, but then throw in Chaparral.
Yeah.
And also Alamogordo.
Mm-hmm.
But at least Deming and Gadsden are coming to us this year.
Great. So, yeah.
It's going to be a good year.
It'll be a great football season. Hey, don't forget, if you are a season ticket holder, those tickets are on sale right now. You need to get up to the Bulldog Pit. What are the time frames on it? From 8 a.m. to noon each day this week and next week. You have until next Friday, August 14th, to go secure your seats. And then after that, the Monday, August 17th, I believe it is. Yeah. All the unpurchased seats will be up for sale.
Yeah.
So if you aren't a current ticket holder, you're looking for August 17th to go snag you some seats. I think this is 4 years running for us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think at least 4 years running for us to hold those seats. I'm never letting those things go. Ever. I got my 4 little seats, and then my buddy's got 2 seats next to us. So we got 6 seats right dead center at it's like if you looked up at the seats on the upper portion, we're like dead in the middle of the center right there. It's perfect. I'm on the 50-yard line every game, just sitting there like you couldn't have. And we just went in and go, what do you got available? We bought them, and these are perfect. So
I think my cousin has some season tickets at Arrowhead, and they're generational.
Yeah,
it's been passed down. And
a lot of the people around us are like generational. Like this is like second generation of people, of families owning these seats, and they just it's pretty cool to have.
They're on the 50, and I don't know how many years ago it was. It was when Denver and Kansas City were vying for the division or conference championship.
Yeah.
And the second game of the season was in Arrowhead, and everything depended on that game. And he sold those tickets.
Yeah.
And was able to purchase a lot of Christmas presents for it. I think one of the Christmas presents was a car.
Yeah. And it's, like this year's pricing, I think it did go up slightly, but it's $12 a game.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, it's $5 regularly to get in, I think is the normal price, so $12 I know where I'm setting.
Yeah.
It's it. I know all the people sitting around me, you know, and you get a chance. This is what I think is cool about reserve seating. And we won one of these last year. Your name goes in to be drawn out for box seats.
Oh yeah.
For a game, right? And so each week before the game, I think I do it on Thursdays or something.
Mm-hmm.
They draw a name out of the thing.
Yeah.
And they go, all right, hey, Scott Pettis, you get box seats this weekend. And so we're all up in the cool, you know, like we got to do it last year. It was a lot of fun.
That is cool.
So
rather than me just sneaking over there to grab some nachos.
You just stealing the nachos.
Go
Jeff's always got box seats. His aren't air conditioned behind glass.
But no, I don't just go grab something. I ask.
Can I have a hot dog?
A hot dog, please.
Yeah. So, I'm looking forward to the football season. And as much as I lament school starting as early as it does, I am looking forward to the upcoming season. Don't forget, we also got volleyball. That schedule's way too long to read to you. And boys soccer coming up. Boys and girls soccer.
I've got volleyball right here.
Yeah.
And then girls soccer right here. And
they play
boys soccer right here.
They play a lot more games than the football team does, don't they? And the soccer and girls soccer, cross country. Cross country always been a fall sport. Okay. And then, and of course the junior varsity A and junior varsity B games as well. So, let's get ready, Artesia.
Yeah.
Time to put out the orange and the black. And have you seen the pictures of the new gym in the rec center?
Oh yeah.
It's all orange and black.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
I'm quite psyched. I had a post pulled up a while ago, and I'm sure, we might talk about this on Monday, but the prices are very reasonable for
so Gina and I
annual memberships. Like, I was impressed. Like, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
That's a big gym. And you don't get access to not only the gym, but like a workout gym, but everything else up in there as well.
And also the child care.
Oh, I missed that. They got child care too?
Yes. And it is another one of those membership versus you can pay for it on the daily rate.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things that's included in the memberships.
Oh, wow.
And so really, like that doesn't affect me. But
yeah,
for a lot of people, that helps out a lot because a babysitter is how much?
Daycare rate, maximum 2 hours at a time. So if you go to the gym, they got daycare. And for members, it's free.
Yeah.
For non-members, it's $10 per hour.
Yeah.
Just the value of that alone, if you went and worked out like 3 times a week and took your kids and had someone to watch your kids. Annual rates, they got annual rates, family up to 4. Oh, you can buy a rec and aquatic center annual rate for $750 a year, and you get into all of it
and
free.
that's a family of 4.
Family of 4, yeah.
Yeah. I know there were people that were complaining about it not being free. It's like, no, we're not in the subsidizing business.
Well, we got to pay for the thing, ladies and gentlemen.
And pay for the operating costs.
Yeah, I mean, it costs.
It doesn't matter how much was donated to create the building.
Keep the place clean, keep the equipment working. Like, none of this is free. It's
right.
Yeah.
And like I said, it helps bring some ownership. Yeah. When people are paying for something, they're not as, who cares if it breaks?
I mean, the annual rate is what you got to do, because I'm like, a family of 4 is $100 a month. If you do monthly, that's $1,200 a year, and you only get the gym. For $750, you get the gym and the pool and everything. For that's probably about half the price if you did a monthly. At both. So
well, and also we have to make sure to point out that the walking track and the basketball court, those are not charged. Those are not in the membership. Those are free.
That is a free access.
Yeah.
So you can go play basketball and
go do the walking track. That it's the gym equipment. The
it gets you access to the weight room, cardio equipment, exercise studio, and free daycare.
Yeah.
Programs, classes, camps, and events may have their own separate fees and not included in this. Okay.
But for the walking track, basketball, that it's not you're not paying that $5 rate to just go walk the track.
Oh, okay. That's cool then.
Yeah, that's free. It's and that's the other thing is, the stuff, people still need to take care of the basketball courts.
Yeah.
And, but it's not getting into the charging everyone for everything.
Right.
Here's this beautiful complex.
Yeah.
For everyone. And
the gym looks cool, but I want to go down that slide. Like
Gene was talking about that, and I thought that it might be a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Of what was it? The purple getting stuck.
Yeah. Oh man, the playground thing that they've got in there looks really, really cool too.
And said it's a oil derrick.
Huh?
The oil derrick. That's what the slide. If you look at the photos, the structure that the slide goes and everything, it's an oil derrick.
Gotcha.
So.
Oh, I couldn't tell that from the picture. That's pretty cool.
You can see
Step
it
back, you see it. Okay,
yeah.
I'm excited because I'm coming to co-host with Gene next Friday on that one, and so I'm looking forward to seeing all that and being there at the grand opening. So
it'll be fun.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take our mid-hour news break, and when we come back, we'll maybe jump into a little bit of the news and see what's happening.
Hi everyone, with your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. We'll introduce you to the rookie who'd be the first Native American to play for America's team, offensive lineman Shiraz Pete. Meet him after this.
A true Dallas Cowboys fan is there for the journey and the destination. This is the season to make your journey count by flying through McAllen International Airport, the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're flying down for McAllen's award-winning fall and holiday festivals, or you're a South Texas fan flying up to cheer the Cowboys on, make your journey as satisfying as your destination at the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. McAllen International Airport, above, beyond, at McAllenAirport.com.
Picture yourself making your morning coffee. You know those few minutes while the water and the beans do their thing? Instead of scrolling, what if you video called a friend?
Connect with confidence, knowing AT&T Internet Backup is included at no extra cost. Guaranteed. So even in a rare fiber outage, your wireless data can keep you connected. A cup and a call? That's the new ritual. Internet backup requires eligible AT&T wireless service, activation, and power source. Speeds vary. AT&T may slow data speeds if the network is busy. Backup may not be available in all locations. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
Every Cowboys training camp, there's a rookie who's a long shot to make the team that I always root for, and this summer it's Shiraz Pete, a 6'9" offensive lineman who'd be the first Native American to play for America's team. Born on the Flathead Reservation in Montana, he has a chance to make history.
I'm Navajo, and I'm Salish, and those were the things I grew up with that are deeply enrooted with me. It's almost like cruising down a snow hill with a sled. There's a certain path that's carved that I've had the opportunity to be a part of. I'd have to say I'm actually kind of a trailblazer in that regard. But at the end of the day, regardless, I am a football player. I have to act accordingly.
Pete is working third team right now, but will get plenty of playing time in preseason games. With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning, I'm John Terrett. Markets were mixed on Wednesday. They couldn't decide which way to go. The Dow in the end was ahead with a new record by 0.5%. The Nasdaq was lower by 0.8%, and the S&P 500 could not quite make another closing record. It was down 0.1%, 0.2. Oil was tumbling. Bitcoin rallied on Wednesday. Company news, Disney earnings were boosted by parks and streaming. Toy Story 5 also gave them a lift. And they're allowing TikTok content creators to use Disney scenes and characters going forward. That's a big story. SpaceX was down sharply yesterday after their first earnings as a public company showed a very high AI spend of $16 billion. It also announced a new partnership with NVIDIA, the chip maker. The antitrust lawsuit challenging Paramount's proposed merger with Warner Brothers Discovery has been slated for March of next year by a judge. Do you like to get your lunch at Salad and Go? Don't bother, they've gone. They filed for bankruptcy yesterday and they've closed all their doors. A new report says at least 12 states have now reported cyber attacks against their water systems that may be linked to Iran. And later today, earnings from Airbnb, ConocoPhillips, Warner Discovery, and more SpaceX shares are unlocked and come onto the market. With business, I'm John Terrett.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Now, time for another Otis Advisory.
The warm embrace of New York socialism has just introduced a new in-person way to meet your next mate. Say hello to blindfold speed dating, the hip new way for the young at heart to introduce themselves to other free-range chickens looking for their next candygram. No peeking now. Keep that blindfold right there while you sniff around for a new bunkmate to share the washer-dryer with. And no talking either. Just feel around for lumps as you move through the ballroom. Leave those old dating apps behind. That's so last year. You'll want to pull on your rubber gloves first. You don't know where it's been. And use your smeller to sort animal from vegetable from solid state. And if you come up on one with their pronouns all pinned to their shirt, just move on to the next table. No questions asked. Now be careful though. People stink, some worse than others. So just say, show me your agenda, and look to see if anything is actionable. Naturally, we ask low whiskers to stop by the blindfold speed dating store for a tour.
Don't talk to me right now, Uncle Otis. I'm not doing anything until I get out of these wet shoes.
Now, all this might sound like a lot of eggs for speed dating, but you'll catch on quick once you get a good whiff of Mr. Lost and Found. So come on now, you can't win if you don't play. And remember, we do all this pro bono, so it's all free. That's the way we Otis. I'll see you at the Peace March.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. I was trying to look for some new news. We talk about a lot of the same things. As, the news cycle is quite repetitive out there, just over and over and over. So let's see. Let's talk about this. Jeff's going to come back in here. There he is. He's got his little camera back up. I think I'll take this time and I'm going to share a little bit of a personal endeavor I've got going on. Jeff will come in here and we'll schedule an interview with the rest of the team later on. But I got a chance to go speak at Lions Club yesterday. I think a third or fourth time they've asked me. I'm like, you guys must be really hard up for speakers if you keep inviting me back.
What we got here.
Usually it's Patrick that invites me because he's my friend, but someone else actually invited me to come in and speak. And we talked a little bit about upcoming skydiving, which of course is always a topic I can just talk ad nauseum about, because it was my life for so long. It's just what I love doing. But I also got the opportunity to present to them. They're kind of the first market other than here that I got to talk about this. Is about the Warrior Society. Mm-hmm. And I've shared a little bit on here. I kind of like to go a little more in depth on it. And what made me think of it is I'm looking for news. And they arrested a guy, a complete tangent here, squirrel. But they arrested a guy at one of the Trump resorts that was walking around all kitted up and everything else and claiming he was part of some security detail or some other thing. And he wasn't. And as unfortunately happens, he's a former Marine. So he knew how to look the part and act the part.
Yeah.
And to top it off, the guy actually worked at 1st Reconnaissance Battalion, one of the units I served at. But he was a supply clerk there.
Okay.
he was not an operator. But you know, you even in the support side of that world, you learn what they're doing and and stuff. So
he's just a little more dangerous if you're the one who took his red stapler.
Yeah. And so, but they've arrested him, and who knows, like they said but he had logs. He had been doing surveillance on the place for a while. He had reconnaissance logs on everything that's been happening at this course. And I don't know if it's one that Trump normally goes to. It's in California. They're suspecting maybe he might be part of that group that planned the UFC bombing that got thwarted. I don't know. So I'll be interested to see how that story pans out. Disappointing that a Marine has gone and done something ridiculous like this, But anyhow, it made me think about the Warrior Society, and it made me think about the purpose behind. And so that's kind of what I want to get into a little bit is, so everybody knows Wads for Warriors, our annual fundraiser, where money has been raised to support veterans. And as you know, and this thing is a phenomenal event. I had no clue until I, kind of unknowingly volunteered to be part of the board and get involved in this thing. And did my first shotgun shoot this year. I didn't participate, worked it. And we talked about like where the funds need to go. And in the past, there's nowhere here local to just go, hey, we're going to donate to this veterans thing in Artesia that's supporting veterans, because there really isn't anything. And so we've given to other organizations like the New Mexico Southeastern, I was just like, this is the longest title for an organization, Southeastern New Mexico Veterans Transportation
Network.
That's it. I was like, what was the last word? Those guys are great out of Magel, out of Roswell. We've had him on the radio before, and they'll take a veteran anywhere.
Yeah.
If you've got a doctor's appointment, Albuquerque, anywhere, they'll come pick you up, take you to your appointment, and bring you home. Absolutely free, all done through donation. So, some of the money from Wads for Warrior shoots have gone to that, and that's as local as we've gotten. Yeah. There was another group, Mill to Civ, they've donated to, and then an adventure therapy camp out of Alaska called Battle Dogs.
Okay.
Great guys. They've all got local. They've come here and supported us as we've done that, and we've supported them, and a number of local veterans have gone to the camp and really benefited from it. But we talked about this and really, really weighed heavy on us. Like, what is there local for guys to access on a regular basis and to be part of? And there just isn't anything. And so Wads to Warriors is making the move from just being a fundraising event to a veterans organization here in town. And so the name of that veterans organization is going to be the Warrior Society. You're going to start seeing a lot of social media. You're going to start seeing, we're trying to get posters, stuff out and get our image out there so that people understand that we exist. And so I was explaining to the Lions Club yesterday, it's kind of a 3-part organization. The first part, and probably it's the most fund-heavy portion of what we're doing, is we're partnering with Permian Basin Counseling and Guidance to bring in a case manager, a veterans case manager, okay? That case manager will have an office, and they will work out of that office, and if a veteran needs anything related to their veteran status, they're going to be able to go to this case manager, and this case manager is going to walk them to the resource that they need, help them access that resource all the way through, right? Not just like, hey, here's a pamphlet, go figure it out yourself. No, they're going to help them get access, fill out paperwork, do whatever they got to do in order to get access to those benefits. Now, it might be your VA benefits, might be
facilitate the bureaucracy.
Yeah, right. And be a singular place, because like, as we've started doing this, I've made connections. Like, there's a veterans camp in, I always get the fort name wrong, the one next to Lincoln, Fort Stanton.
Yeah.
So there's a veterans camp up at Fort Stanton that does like weekly retreats for veterans, with PTSD and everything else. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And how do people find out about that? It's hard, right? So that's what this case manager office is going to be doing.
Like the Brain Injury Trust.
Yeah.
For New Mexico.
Yeah.
That's something I spoke in the Roundhouse about, because they wanted to take money from the Brain Injury Trust, which is like $5 for every ticket, every moving violation. They wanted to take that money to use for something up north, rail run or something. And that's how we fought it. Was everyone is paying into this, and this is used. Yes, it was used by me, but every man and woman who came back from the Middle East with a traumatic brain injury, this is for them.
Yeah.
It's for us.
Yeah.
And that helped bring it or keep it from the coffers being raided. But a lot of people don't know about it.
Where is it? How do I access it? What benefit can I get from it? And so there's a lot of vets out here that in this area, and this is a very vet heavy area. People don't realize that. Like, just go walk around Walmart parking lot and look at the number of veterans plates.
Right.
If you're aware, some of them may not have veterans plates, but you look on their vehicle, there's, Marine Corps sticker, an Army sticker,
military intelligence
a unit sticker. there's all these there's all these indicators. I walk around, I see them all the time, and I go, oh, there's vets everywhere here. And so we want to create a resource for them to be able to go to, right? A resource center, if you will. And for them to just be able to man, I don't even know what I rate. Maybe that's it. Maybe I don't know that I need anything, but what's out there that I might benefit from, that might be that I rate simply because of my service. Maybe you aren't broken, maybe you aren't, but there, right?
Yeah.
So the second piece of that though is just that point. All these veterans in this area, and there's no connectivity. There's no veteran community here, right? The local Boy Scout troop takes care of all the veteran stuff here. All the Veterans Day, Memorial Day, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of vets to pull together and do those type things. So the second leg of what we're trying to do is build community. We want to build an organization for veterans, and this is. The resource center is a huge heart of mine, but I think the community piece of it is the bigger heart for me. 25 years of service. I know of far too many men who have taken their lives post-service. And it does happen in service, but not at the rate or as many as post-service. And a lot of people ask me, why, what is it? What is the pandemic? Is it, just brain injuries? Is it, and that could be part of it. PTSD is part of it. But I'll tell you, I think the underlying truth of why so many men struggle post-service is simply this. Their life had a meaning and a mission day after day. Even if they didn't necessarily agree with the mission all the time, or how it was executed. They had a purpose and a mission and a brotherhood that transcended everything else. And so the second leg of what we want to do here is build community. Okay, we want to say, hey, vets, let's get together. I don't want to make it burdensome. We're going to have weekly meetings. No, that's not it. This is building a community, a time to get together, to share your stories, to talk. But more than that, we want to build this into a veteran service organization, meaning simply this: not an organization just serving veterans, but giving veterans somewhere to serve.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know all the details of this, and it'll take bringing the community together to figure out how we can make this happen and what we can actually do. But, when the local police and fire department need stuff and need help and need to be supported, I've got vets over here that have been through stuff.
Yeah.
That can then go support our local police and our fire, right? There needs to be volunteer stuff done in town. Hey, the vets will come as a unified body. You get a bunch of vets together, I'll tell you this. No matter how long they've been out of the service, no matter how long they've been disconnected from that world, it's still wholly ingrained in them how to function and operate as a team.
Yeah.
I can take a dozen vets from a dozen different backgrounds, put them together, they'll coalesce in almost no time and accomplish amazing things just because of the rigor of their service and what they've done and how they've learned to function as a team. And so that's the second piece of it. We want to get that community built, and we want to bring people together so that they can have a mission and a purpose, right? Veterans serving Artesia is what I'm looking at. And of course, we want to make this countywide as well. So Carlsbad, we want Carlsbad to be involved in this and be part of it. And so we want a countywide collection of veterans out doing things right now. There's a lot of other organizations in town that always need help and they don't even know who to call.
Yeah.
But and here's the other thing. The other portion of I was thinking about, we have a lot of vets in town or older vets and very few World War II vets. I think it's only a couple or maybe even one at this point, but we got a lot of Vietnam vets and they're getting up there in age. They need a handrail built at their house. If I can go, hey, I got 2 or 3 vets that, get together. Hey, can you guys go build a handrail at Joe's house? Take some funds and go over there and help these guys out and gals. So that's I think that's the second piece of it. The third piece of it is camps, right? We love the camps that are all over the nation, but we also want to bring some here local. We want to bring some of it back local. We just found out about the camp up there. That's wonderful. But we want to be able to bring in adventure camps and do them here locally. Take some funds and go, hey, instead of sending all of our guys up there, you come down here and run a camp for our guys who need it, Yeah. And so that's kind of the three-legged stool of this thing of what it looks like and how we're doing it. I want to invite people, every time I tell this story and every time I pitch this out to people, oh, that sounds great. I want to be involved. If you're a vet and you want to be involved, the answer's simple. Give me a call, 575-513-2117. If you can't remember that, call here, call the studio, Google the studio, call here. They'll give you my phone number, and you can get in with us and we can do this thing. But the other piece of it is funding. Funding is hard. The Wads for Warriors event raises a substantial amount of money, but it's still not enough to cover our operating expenses as we want to see it. And so we're going to, in the coming weeks, I want you to keep an eye out. We're going to be publishing and putting out a way for everyone to crowdfund this thing. We're going to go a big portion of this. I want to go crowdfunding, because rather than go beg somebody for $20,000, I'm going to beg 1,000 of you for $20.
Yeah.
That's the simpler answer, right? It takes a little more legwork, but if everybody can go, yeah, I'll give you $20 a month, that right there.
Well, and it also goes back to that, like when I was talking about the rec center of paying and giving that ownership.
Yeah.
When it's not just XY corporation giving X amount.
Yeah.
It's the community itself that's believing and funding and supporting, saying, okay, no, this is something we get behind, not just because so-and-so has the money to do it.
Yeah.
We're getting behind it because of the reason, the purpose, and we are behind it.
Yeah. And so that's kind of it in a nutshell. And here in a week or two, here in a few weeks, I'm going to have some members of the board, some of the guys to come in and sit down, and gals, and sit down and talk and really present this thing a way forward, what this is going to look like, how this is going to happen. And so just kind of refining that picture, and we really want everybody's support. Yeah. We want everybody to jump behind this thing because we think it can make a huge difference here in our community and especially for our veterans. But, we want to pour back into the community as well, because a lot of people do want to support us, but we don't ever like to feel like a charity case.
Right.
Nobody wants to feel like a charity case. And so,
well, and also it's, like I, bought like a hoodie I have, just various things to support veterans and national, organizations. But this is something local.
Yeah.
Something that you can identify with, kind of like, when I gave my testimony years ago at First Baptist, they're doing a series, Live Like You're Dying.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great series, but watching those videos, no one knew them. They could be actors.
Yeah.
But then when they did a video of me and I got up and spoke about it, it was, oh, this is real.
Yeah.
This is someone we knew about and were praying for when he was in ICU.
Yeah.
It's not an actor.
Yeah. It's real.
And so I think that helps a lot with everything of really getting down to your local level, like politics. Get involved at the local level.
Yeah.
It's everything local.
And in time, there will be very much swag. You talk about sweatshirts. As I said, I'm thinking, oh yeah, we need cups, bumper stickers. We need swag all over town. We got to get that branding out there and let people know. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to reach out to me, you can reach me at pastor@artesiareformed.com or call me at 575-513-2117. Text me, tell me you want to be part of this, and we're going to keep you updated, and we'll keep you guys in the loop and let you guys know. So, the shows, lots of times I love talking about the news and everything else, just because it's fun, especially making fun of the crazy people. But the point of the show is to be local, and this is, and the more local things we do, it builds that cohesion and that unity that I was talking about in the first hour, that molecular structure. Not a bunch of individuals trying to figure out how to do things by themselves, but building that molecular structure, among people, so that people don't feel alone, and that they feel supported, and they feel like, hey, look, there's an actual purpose and a meaning here.
Yeah.
And that's how we help one another. Help yourself by helping others is a huge thing. All right, Artesia, that ends our second hour. Here in a few minutes, we're going to break, and then we'll come back with the Ocotillo.
Do you have missing teeth or would like them replaced? If you think dental implants are not affordable, think again. At Maupin & Brown Dentistry, their goal has always been to provide the highest quality dentistry in a state-of-the-art office at a reasonable price. They routinely treat patients that have traveled out of town for a consultation but cannot afford the treatment quoted. If this sounds like your story, come in today. As one of New Mexico's largest users of the world-class Nobel implants, they're able to purchase in volume and pass the savings on to you. So if you're missing a tooth or have loose dentures, call today for a free evaluation, which includes a free 3D x-ray. You'll be given treatment options and an honest evaluation with no hard sell, no arm twisting. But don't take our word for it. Just ask one of the thousands of patients they've treated. Maupin & Brown Dentistry, your choice for experienced, affordable, state-of-the-art dentistry. Call 627-0141 or visit maupinbrown.com.
Check out the back-to-school savings this week at Fenn's Country Market in Artesia. Select cans of Chef Boyardee pasta with beef are 5 for $5. And select 10 packs of Capri Sun 100% juice pouches are 2 for $8. In produce, extra large red, black, or green seedless grapes are $1.99 a pound. In the meat department, boneless choice New York strips are $12.98 a pound. And boneless skinless chicken thighs are $1.68 a pound. These are just some of the savings this week at Fenn's Country Market in Artesia.
Worried about your belongings? At Champion Storage, we take security seriously with sturdy fencing, digital cameras, and individual gate codes for every customer. Getting started is easier than ever. Choose your unit, sign up online in minutes, and your gate code will be delivered instantly, so you can get access right away. It's secure, convenient storage made simple. Go to championstorage.com, reserve your space, and relax, knowing your stuff is safe.
Searching for a church that honors God? Come to First Church Artesia at 4th and Grand. We're a family of believers putting Christ first, preaching the Bible with reverence and uniting all ages in family-integrated worship. Sundays at 10:45 a.m., experience the timeless truth and heartfelt praise. We're reaching Artesia with the good news, living all of Christ for all of life. Check out artesiareform.com or find us on Facebook, First Church Artesia, where faith thrives.
At Artesia Ford Sales, we've been taking care of your family's automotive needs for 60 years. Now you can get Ford service just the way you want it, without leaving your home. With complimentary Ford pickup and delivery, or our Ford mobile service van, we'll come to you, handle your routine maintenance or light repairs right in your driveway, and get you back on the road fast. Artesia Ford Sales, family owned, family trusted for 60 years. ArtesiaFordSales.com. Schedule your mobile service today.
All right, Artesia, that ends our second hour, I guess. Here in the third hour, we've got a jam-packed show coming up for you. I thought it was Ocotillo, but that's not who's walking into the studio right now. So after the beginning of the hour, we'll be talking a little bit to the PY Foundation and the guests they've brought with them. And then we'll talk to Aaron and then the Carlsbad Gem and Mineral Society. All right, see you next hour.
This is KSVP and K229AS Artesia.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Rex Thomason. His Senate committee has voted to hold Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress. Senator Rand Paul, chair of the Homeland Security Committee, saying there's nothing whatsoever punitive about it.
Seeking the truth is not a witch hunt. Accountability is not vengeance. Accountability is what stands between the American people and a repeat of the mistakes and the very real consequences of the past.
The vote follows Fauci's repeated refusal to answer any questions during last week's hearing on the COVID-19 response. He refused to answer after delivering a statement attacking Paul's motives. The committee voting to refer Fauci's case to the Department of Justice for possible prosecution. Wisconsin is next up, the latest state where the battle over the direction of the Democratic Party will play out. The state's gubernatorial primaries Tuesday, hitting a far-left Democratic Socialist against a challenger has been endorsed by Governor Tony Evers. The U.S. and Iran are in agreement. Both parties say that a deal is near on a crucial Mideast waterway.
Iran and Oman have moved closer to an agreement on the Strait of Hormuz. The strait's closure has driven up global fuel prices. But speaking Wednesday in Las Vegas, President Trump said the price of oil has stabilized somewhat recently and predicted it will drop whenever the Iran war is over.
We may have to send it up again. We may have to, you know what happens when we send it up, but we hope we don't have to. But when that oil and gasoline go down, everything else follows.
Regional officials tell the AP that Iranian and Omani negotiators have finalized a deal pending approval from Iran's supreme leader. I'm Mike Hempin.
Unemployment applications edged higher last week, rising by 1,000 to 199,000. On Wall Street this hour, the Dow down 142 points, while the NASDAQ is trading 36 points higher. More on these stories, townhall.com.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline, 800-305-6762. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-305-6762 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-305-6762 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-305-6762.
British researchers reporting a breakthrough in clinical trials of vaccines that do not require refrigeration.
These trials were on the tetanus diphtheria vaccine. It's normally a liquid, but a sugar called tremulose was used to stabilize the vaccine as it was turned into a dry powder. Some plants use this sugar to protect their cells during drought. The resulting vaccine was stored at room temperature for up to a year and then rehydrated for trials involving 60 volunteers. Researchers said the vaccine was safe and appeared to produce similar immune responses to the conventional vaccine.
That's the BBC's James Gallagher. Health workers at the epicenter of Congo's Ebola outbreak are protesting over unpaid wages. They abandoned several public health facilities earlier today, demanding to be paid. The protests are taking place in a region which accounts for almost 90% of Ebola cases in the country. News and analysis at townhall.com. The French government is cracking down on something that's become a major annoyance for a lot of people. It's generating a lot of complaints.
France is banning unsolicited telemarketing calls starting August 11th. That follows years of people complaining. The new law aims to protect consumers from the intrusive calls and fraud. Previously, people had to opt out of marketing calls. Now, companies making the illegal calls can face some very heavy fines. Similar measures have been implemented in Germany. The United States, well, we only have the opt-out option, and many say that doesn't always work. Jason Walker reporting.
Utah can enforce its strict anti-gambling laws on prediction markets like Kalshi and Poly Market, that under a federal court ruling. Kalshi had asked a judge to prevent the state from enforcing restrictions on the platform. More on these stories, townhall.com.
As KSVP celebrates 80 years of broadcasting in 2026, one of our longest-running features is the KSVIP. We love recognizing our local residents and listeners for great accomplishments in their lives. If it's a birthday, anniversary, promotion, retirement, a new family member, you name it, they're worthy of being a KSVIP. To nominate a special person who will receive recognition on the radio and a flower from Nell's Floral, call 575-746-2751.
Welcome back, Artesia. It's Thursday, August 6th. I'm your host, Scott Pettis, 9 o'clock hour, and we're now joined in studio by the Artesia Main Street crew. They're going to be giving us all kinds of stuff. Miss Destiny Rojo, you're the board president, right? Yeah,
yes,
you're the big cheese. You're running the whole thing over there.
Well, no,
but you hired you some people
to run the
because Destiny runs so many other things. She's like, I need some more helpers over here. So we get the pleasure of introducing our new staff, I guess, is at Artesia Main Street. Miss Mariah Lovato, the executive director, and Miss Gracie Carter, who is going to be our community outreach coordinator. Welcome, ladies. Thank you. Make sure you're right up on your mic, because I can't hear you otherwise, and neither can they. So, well, welcome to the studio. Welcome, and congratulations on you guys' new positions. So, Destiny, do you want to kind of introduce and talk about how these ladies were hired out?
Yeah, so as many may know, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
We haven't had an executive director since October of last year.
Yeah.
So the board and I worked really hard to do an executive director search. We did many interviews. And I think one time we came on here and we were talking, a Main Streeter is a unique individual. And it's not always easy to kind of find someone who fits that Main Street mold.
Yeah.
Because it is a nonprofit, but also does economic development and revitalization, community events.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a all-encompassing nonprofit role.
Right.
Whereas some nonprofits maybe serve the poor or mothers or things like we kind of serve the community, but also businesses within the Main Street district.
Yeah.
And that is kind of the big thing is like Main Street district.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had kind of heard that Mariah was interested, but then, time went on, we did interviews, and at the end of June, we received a resume from Mariah, and so we were excited. We interviewed her, and she just was amazing. We were just so shocked, and I think all of us immediately, it was like a unanimous, like, wow, that was really wonderful, and that there's a bright future for Main Street if she's at the head. So
perfect.
It was an easy decision for us, and with Gracie, Gracie has always wanted to do events. She kind of has a passion for that. She has a background in marketing, and some of our board members already knew her. She had been a teacher at the schools, and they had known her also through like her golf, women's golf league events and things that she kind of leads. And everyone spoke really highly of Gracie. So when we interviewed her, we would ask around, and every single person we asked about Gracie said just, she's amazing. She's a rock star. She'd be so great at events. And we offered her the position to kind of come on. And while, as we were, as a board kind of talking, we always wanted to have two positions because in the past with previous directors, we've seen it's a lot to put on one person.
Yeah.
And so the average executive director, New Mexico Main Street says that the average executive director stays at a Main Street organization for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
We'd had some pretty good luck,
Yeah.
In that, like Elizabeth had stayed for, I believe, 7 or so, and Morgan had been kind of right about it at that 3-year mark.
Yeah.
But we really knew that we needed to have two people. And at first we were just going to kind of call it an events position. But when we were thinking about it, really all of our events happen in the fall. And so we wanted to make sure that Gracie still had something to do and it wasn't as part-time of a role. And so we thought, well, she has background in marketing. Something that we kind of are needing to do is really refine our event images and kind of just like our communications for some of those. And so kind of gave that over to her, and she'll also be doing some of our arts and cultural district things. So
that's wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes.
So Mariah, tell us a little bit about yourself and why did you choose, one of the highest stress jobs in Artesia, right?
It's a good question. No, I'm excited. I have lived in Artesia since I grew up here. I wasn't born here, but I grew up here, and I love Artesia. I've always been pretty involved in a variety of the community, a variety of places in the community. I've worked up and down Main Street since high school. I've been involved with businesses and nonprofits and other areas, and I've been a small business owner myself now for a little over 8 years. And so I have some experience being a small business owner. I have experience being a leader. I have experience being a member of a community and kind of the give and take of, family and community, and everybody do your part, and everybody needs to be developed. And also, all of the things that go along with being part of a small town and chipping in and helping out. And so when I saw that the position was open, I thought, that's interesting. And I think maybe I could enjoy something like that. And then as I continued to consider it and kind of audit my own life and see, how would it fit? How would it affect my family? How would it affect my business? And then if I did fill this role, how could I affect the community? And the more I thought about it, the more it just became clear it was a good move, and something that I felt like I could at least give it my best shot and see if I could make some kind of a difference or be part of something that I think is important.
That's great
and special.
Awesome. What about you, Gracie? Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from and all that, and why you're like, hey, I want to get involved in all this.
Yeah. So I'm actually not born here, but born in Roswell, raised here my whole life. I went to school in Las Cruces, New Mexico, graduated with marketing. I have a son and a husband, and I love them so much. My son's name is Miles. I love him. I graduated college in Las Cruces in 2022, and that was just with marketing, and that's just something I've always wanted to do. Was events, and just planning things. I think like the organizational stuff and the planning things is what like drove me. I kind of like being organized, and that's what kind of like just drove me to do this. Just I don't know, just the cutesiness of being able to be organized, and just I don't know, it would just seemed like so much fun. And then I got into ladies golf. Excuse me, the league here. We started a ladies golf league. Not started, but we kind of just continued it, and that was so much fun. And then we also did the annual like Georgia Lloyd Golf Scramble, ladies golf scramble, and so just doing those things like all year long. And then this opportunity arose, and I was just like, I have to.
Did you play golf for the high school here?
No, I actually did.
Didn't?
My husband golfs, and he played golf for high school, and he once I met him, we started
you started in the golf world.
Right,
Okay.
And now I can't get out of it.
No, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, tell us a little bit about the vision. Where are things headed with Artesia Main Street?
I think Artesia Main Street has a pretty strong history with the events that we put on. Red Dirt, Black Gold, Trick or Treat Main Street, Light Up Artesia. Light Up Artesia is one of the first things I remember about Artesia when I moved here. Just the lights and the businesses being open and the people coming out into the streets. It felt very, not just quaint and inviting, but warm and alive. And I think that that's the vision is taking the things that are already strong and making them stronger by bolstering them with the community, getting the businesses downtown involved, being a good resource for them, making sure that they are thriving. And then in turn, I think that'll boost up all of us together, bringing people downtown, making sure that downtown is alive and well, and that it's a place where people want to be, people have fun when they go there, they find the things that they're looking for, so that shop small or shop local isn't just a tagline, but it becomes part of the culture of Artesia, where we're supporting each other. We already have such great support systems in other areas, and I think borrowing some ideas from them and bringing everybody together is really the vision.
All right, great. And Gracie, what are you excited about? You ready to take on all these events?
So we have people like contracted out for the rest of the events this year.
Oh, okay.
So I'm kind of just shadowing this year, but I'm super excited. Like it just right now, like I've only been here this is my 3rd week.
Okay.
And it's just been so awesome to see like Jessica Addington and Gabby Panopolis, I believe is her last name. Just working with them and getting to see like the ins and outs of like the oil patch and the Red Dirt Black Gold. And I'm just so excited to like actually like be there and see it and do it this year, so that like next year it's like, here you go.
There you go. It's a lot.
Yeah,
These are some big events here in town.
It would be a lot to do it to plan it in 2 months if it was just myself. So.
Exactly.
Don't let her fool you though. She's jumping in with both feet. She is excited and involved, and she's doing a great job already.
Well, and her first 2 events will be Trick or Treat Main Street and Light Up Artesia. So,
okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Which are really great. And I think this year we kind of changed our sponsorship structure, because we would fundraise for Red Dirt Black Gold. And then as soon as that was over, we would then go into fundraising for Trick or Treat Main Street to buy candy. And then right after that, we would go into fundraising for Light Up Artesia. And it was just, they're all, like I said, back to back. So it was kind of hard. So this year, to kind of help our donors and not continue to go back and ask for more monies, we're just doing a one-tier, multi-tier sponsorships, but just a one-time ask.
Annual ask, yeah. That makes sense. It does make it a little bit easier. So awesome. Well, how can people get involved, and how can people support what you guys are doing down on Main Street?
We're always looking for volunteers.
Okay.
So if people want to come pull weeds, kind of help out some of our businesses downtown, and we have a shed that needs organizing. We have a couple of other things that kind of need to happen, but we're always welcome to volunteers, especially cleaning heritage. We're in the midst of releasing a new maintenance contract at the end of the month, so we'll have new maintenance workers potentially.
Because you guys take care of all the downtown aesthetics, essentially, I guess is the way to put it.
all of Main Street, the roundabouts, at the library, at the Spark.
Yeah.
And then Texas from 1st Street to 4th Street
Okay.
and Heritage Plaza.
Okay, you guys got all of that. That's a lot to take care of down there. So awesome.
I would say too, mark your calendars.
Mhm.
Come to these events, bring your family, invite people that you know from here, from out of town. Show up, have fun, and that's what's going to make it the best year ever.
And in fact, you got one this weekend, right?
Oil Patch Market.
Oil Patch Market happening this weekend.
Yes.
And I had the question, and nobody had the answers. Are you guys, last year, I think that continued all the way through Christmas. What's the plan this year? Same thing?
Yes. The only one we're going to skip is October because it is it's the same weekend as Art in the Park.
Art in the Park, yeah.
And so we didn't want to.
Can't compete there.
No.
Vendors can't be in two places at one time. So.
And I mean, it would just takes away resources.
Yeah.
Usually we kind of go out and help Jess out there. And
yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that we were
that's a
mindful
huge
of that.
event here in town too. So awesome. Well, anything else you guys want to share, talk about, invite people to sponsor, help, any of that?
Yeah, I think we're always looking for donations. We're always happy to accept them, no matter how small. I think that those really benefit us. You could become a monthly donor. I know sometimes it's kind of hard to think of the importance of a nonprofit like ours in some ways.
Yeah.
Because when you're talking about moms who are needing housing and maybe downtown
Small
revitalization for small businesses, one pulls at the heartstrings just a little more sometimes.
It does.
But I mean, we try to make sure that a lot of the events downtown are either free or low cost. And so that does mean that we always need support, and we're always, excited and happy to welcome sponsors. And we're always just so grateful for everyone that does continue to partner with us.
All right. That's awesome. Congratulations, ladies. Welcome to the jungle, I guess. It's good. You guys got a lot ahead of you. There's a lot to be done. And so, and I'm glad I'm sure the board's very glad to have people to actually do it, not on top of everything they've got going. So thank you guys so much for being here today, and God bless and have a great day.
Thank you.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low rain chances and hot temperatures all the way through the weekend. High pressure is in charge of the weather pattern for a while. Sunny today, going up to about 100. Overnight, a few clouds and low 70s. We're right around the 100-degree mark again on Friday, and it looks like we'll stay sunny. Upper 90s and low 100s and sunny on Saturday. Right around 100 again on Sunday. We'll stay sunny. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Exciting news for Southeast New Mexico. The Advanced Heart and Vascular Center of New Mexico in Carlsbad, home to Dr. Amanda Ryan's trusted cardiology care for over 13 years, is now part of Current Clinic. That means world-class electrophysiology services right here in Southeast New Mexico. No more 3-hour drives to see a specialist. Current Clinic is bringing advanced, life-changing treatment for atrial fibrillation, AFib, and other heart rhythm disorders close to home. Early intervention for AFib can dramatically lower your risk of stroke, and our goal is to help our community understand just how important that is. You and your loved ones deserve comprehensive, cutting-edge heart care without leaving town. If you're experiencing an irregular heartbeat or AFib symptoms, expert care is now available locally. Visit currentclinic.com today to learn more and schedule your consultation. Current Clinic, easy access to comprehensive AFib care right here in Southeast New Mexico.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency.
Looking for a hands-on career with strong job demand and long-term growth? The HVAC R Technology program at ENMU Roswell is the perfect place to start. Learn installation, maintenance, repair, and system diagnostics, all from a team nationally accredited through HVAC Excellence. From electrical controls to blueprint interpretations, this program equips you with real-world skills employers are looking for. Call 575-624-7337 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu to learn more. ENMU Roswell. Success starts here. The Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center now has their very own website. Visit artesiamuseum.org to stay up to date on events and exhibits. Look through historical photos of Artesia, submit research requests, and more. For information, please call 575-748-7345. Stop by the Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center at 505 West Richardson Avenue or online at artesiamuseum.org. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 4. This ad paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
When your crew's waiting on rock or sand, excuses don't move dirt. You need material delivered on time, period. J&H Services Incorporated supplies construction and oil field companies across southeastern New Mexico, West Texas, and the Permian Basin with quality aggregate materials and dependable delivery. Concrete sand, masonry sand, crusher fines, multiple rock sizes ready for your next job. No headaches, no runaround. Just reliable service from a company built to work as hard as you do. Call 575-393-6204 or visit jhservicesinc.com.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. We're now joined by Mr. Aaron Irving, who squeezed in there in the last few seconds. I was having a heart attack, like this picture wasn't up there. I was like, no, where's he at? But there he is. Welcome, man. How's things going?
Going well. How about you?
We're plugging right along, man. Just day by day. Finally getting recovered from Fair Week. You know, they're starting to feel normal again. So, you got a good joke for us today, man?
Well, I've got a joke for you. We'll see if it's good or not. It kind of probably depends on who receives the joke.
How well received the joke will be. That's often the case with many of my jokes.
All right, so here we go. A guy was watching TV as his wife was out cutting the grass during a hot summer afternoon. He finally worked up the energy to go out and ask his wife what was going to be for dinner. The wife was quite irritated about him sitting in the air-conditioned house all day while she did all the work, so she scolded him. "I can't believe you're asking me about dinner right now. Imagine I'm out of town. Go inside and figure dinner out for yourself." So he went back in the house and fixed himself a big steak with potatoes and garlic bread and a tall glass of iced tea. His wife finally finished out in the yard and walked in about the time he was finishing up, and she asked him, "You fixed something to eat? So where's mine?" "Huh, I thought you were out of town."
Yeah, it's a good thing we don't have live reactions during this show.
I think that husband would be dead.
Yeah, I do too. I believe that is the case. All right, man. Well, give us that financial report and we'll see what's going on in the world.
All right. This is Aaron Irving with LPL Financial, member of FINRA and the SIPC, bringing you your mid-morning stock market report for Thursday, August the 6th. Stocks are mixed this morning as traders keep an eye on the Middle East with a deal to reopen the key Strait of Hormuz in the works. Wall Street is also weighing a slew of corporate earnings releases. The S&P 500 traded around the flat line while the NASDAQ composite gained 0.2% and the Dow Jones Industrial Average was 0.3% lower. SanDisk shares dropped 5% after posting fiscal fourth quarter results that failed to impress investors. Additionally, AppLovin dropped 19% on mixed quarterly results, while Western Digital shed 10% as that company's first quarter forecast disappointed investors. Its fourth quarter results topped expectations, however. Oil prices rose slightly as Iran and Oman drew closer to reaching a deal that would reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Shipping through the strait would not be subject to fees or tolls under a temporary agreement, according to an Iranian government official speaking with MS Now. Castle Lake has ended its takeover pursuit of UK low-cost airline EasyJet a month after a larger bid was tabled by private equity rival Apollo Global Management. EasyJet in early July agreed in principle to a Castle Lake offer valuing the group at $7.93 billion, but this was trumped just days later by an Apollo offer valuing the airline at around $7.7 billion. Private equity interest has helped lift EasyJet shares, which were up by almost 50% at yesterday's close in London. EasyJet shares fell more than 6% in afternoon trading today in London in response to Castle Lake's decision before climbing into positive territory. Peloton shares fell 14% this morning after the global fitness and wellness company said it expects sales to fall in the coming fiscal year, noting price increases on its hardware and subscription plans. The company also matched on earnings and beat revenue consensus compared to a survey of analysts by LSEG. Peloton anticipates its gross margin and adjusted earnings to grow versus the prior year. Currently, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is 293 points lower at 54,055. The S&P 500 is off by 8 points at 7,714. And the NASDAQ Composite is 36 points higher at 26,400. West Texas Intermediate crude is up $1.80 a barrel at $77.02. Stocks of local interest. HF Sinclair is up 24 cents a share at $83.23. Walmart is 24 cents lower at $112.10 a share. ConocoPhillips is up $1.15 a share to $116.19. And Oxy Petroleum is $2.46 higher at $56.31 a share. This is Aaron Irving with Oakley & Irving Wealth Management, serving business owners and energy industry professionals in the Pecos Valley and beyond. You can find us at oiwealth.com or at our offices in Artesia and Carlsbad. You can call us at 575-887-7075. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. Securities are offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA, and the SIPC.
All right, man. Market holding steady there, I guess, essentially.
It is. It is, yeah. Two really good days the last 2 days, and so it's just kind of digesting that a little bit today, I think.
Yeah. The Iran war thing is just getting, it's not comical. No war is comical. Understand this.
Right.
But the media coverage of it at this point has become completely comical, and I've had another analogy I came up with. You ever seen those videos where you got two dogs like barking at each other through the fence, like going crazy, and then somebody opens the fence and they stop?
Right.
And then they close the fence. They start barking at each other again. That's what it seems like at this point. I swear it's I thought we were gonna annihilate them a few days ago. And it was like we're on the verge of the largest attack since World War II and all this and that, and then nothing. Like and they're not going to make a deal.
Yeah, or they'll make a deal and then renege on it later.
Yeah, I at this point, I really don't understand, and like I said the other day, I don't have all the insight. I'm not an armchair quarterback. I don't know. I don't know what's happening on the ground that's causing this, but the optics of it at this point, I just are ridiculous.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if our missile supply depletion, those reports of missile supply depletion are actually maybe more accurate than I think. Like we've got the missiles, but we want to kind of hold off on them just in case until we build some more. I don't know.
I hear we have a bunch of them stored in Ukraine right now. We could get those back.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know. It's I don't know, man. I try not to second guess, but I'm definitely looking at this with a critical eye at this point because, and in every other area, I've never seen Trump make promises or make statements that he doesn't actually follow through with. He's got the will to follow through with.
Yeah.
But here, there's a lot of bluster that I'm watching, and then no follow through. And he keeps backing off, and I don't know if it's because of outside pressure from other nations or what's causing that, but at some point you gotta. There's a bad colloquialism that popped in my head I can't say on the radio. do something or get off the pot. It's
Right.
yeah, I mean, it's getting to the point of ridiculousness now. So
Don't do what other countries have gotten used to America doing.
yeah, I mean, just have the courage of your convictions. This regime, regardless of any promises or anything they sign, is not going to follow through.
Right.
You might get capitulation for a couple of years, but they'll back out and they'll renege on the deal really, really quick.
Yeah.
And so they're like the little kid that they get scolded, but they don't really get punished. And so as soon as they see an opportunity to go do the bad thing again, they're going to go do it.
Yeah.
There's got to be some real consequences at some point on this deal. If they truly believe that we should have done this, then follow through with it.
Right.
And let the outcome be the outcome.
Yeah.
But luckily it's not crushing our economy right now. So, I mean,
the economy's holding up nicely. Got a lot of good things going in the country and in the economy. And so it's holding it up.
Yeah. And gas and oil's in a very reasonable place, to be honest. You would expect it to be north of 100 again at this point, but it's not. So
yeah, it's in a place where the companies can make a good profit, but and gas prices are elevated, but they're not like where they were a little while back. So it's a decent place.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, you enjoy your weekend, man, and I'll talk to you, I guess, next Tuesday.
All right. Oh, and next Tuesday I'll be in San Diego. So you'll have mail on next Tuesday.
I really beginning to not like you, dude. You're going to all the places I want to be going.
Sorry.
Like, I can't be there. I'm going to be in sunny San Diego. Yeah. So
because I could set up a live from there.
Yeah. Enjoy your $8 a gallon gasoline, okay?
Oh, it's all Uber for me.
All right, man. Well, enjoy your trip, and I'll see you when you get back.
Thanks a lot.
All right, brother. God bless.
Yeah.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. A Senate committee has voted to hold Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress and refer him to the Department of Justice for potential prosecution over his refusal to answer questions at a hearing on his handling of the COVID pandemic. And as part of their investigation, Senate investigators have obtained pertinent data from a Fauci cell phone. Wisconsin is next up, the latest state where the battle over the direction of the Democratic Party will play out. The state's gubernatorial primary is Tuesday, pitting a far-left Democratic socialist against a challenger endorsed by Governor Tony Evers. The U.S. and Iran agree. Both parties say that a deal is near on a crucial Mideast waterway, the Strait of Hormuz. On Wall Street, the Dow is trading higher while the Nasdaq is down a fraction. This is SRN News.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
When I was at Lindsey Graham's memorial at the National Cathedral, where I did speak, I had an opportunity to meet with a number of very high-ranking, names you would recognize, Democrats in the U.S. Senate. And we had private conversations. They were off the record, and I will respect my promise to keep it off the record in terms of who they are, what they said. But I am telling you, they see nothing but danger in this movement. This is not the people they want to be associated with. And they're saying it, but they won't say it out loud. And as their silence is so deafening, now it's a danger.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
I know the headlines changed, the threats facing Israel and their survival, that does remain. Now, I know people move on story to story, news breaks fast, but for Israeli families, they continue to live with the reality of terrorism, uncertainty, and a fight for their survival. As Christians, I believe we are called to stand with our friends in Israel in their time of need. That's why I'm a proud supporter of the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. Now, they are on the ground every day, providing life-saving aid, humanitarian assistance for struggling families, and that means they are providing food and water and shelter and clothing and medications, but they can't do it without our support. Please join us in helping the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. Please pray for them, first of all, and for protection and strength and a lasting peace. But whatever you can donate to help people in this hour of need is greatly, greatly appreciated. Go to their website. It's one word, prayifcj.org. That's prayifcj.org.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment. Hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low rain chances and hot temperatures all the way through the weekend. High pressure is in charge of the weather pattern for a while. Sunny today, going up to about 100. Overnight, a few clouds and low 70s. We're right around the 100-degree mark again on Friday, and it looks like we'll stay sunny. Upper 90s and low 100s and sunny on Saturday. Right around 100 again on Sunday. We'll stay sunny. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. Hey, we're now joined in studio by Mr. Joe Ortiz of the Carlsbad Gem and Mineral Society. Joe, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing awesome, man. Doing great. So, Joe, you said you're the treasurer for the society, and we were talking during the break, and you told us you guys just had your what did you call it? The big
the Gem and Mineral Show.
Gem and Mineral Show
at the Living Desert.
Yeah. And how did that go?
It went very well, very well. We've had more vendors than we've ever had before.
That's great.
We even had a guy did nothing but geodes.
Oh, okay.
Anywhere from baseball size to bowling ball size.
Mm-hmm.
And he cracks them right there at the show.
Oh, that's cool. So it's kind of like a reveal. You're like, here it is, you know?
And you never know. Sometimes you get what's called a thunder egg, which is completely solid.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you just open it up and it's just rock.
Well, no, they're still the crystals are still
there,
you know, but they're more solid.
Yeah, I got you.
It's still a beautiful, beautiful piece because they're different colored.
Gotcha. And I always wonder, like, how because from the outside they don't always look like much. And like, how do you know which rock to pick up and open up, and it's going to have that inside, you know? So I'm sure that's something you guys teach is like, here's how to identify those. And
in fact, a friend of mine about 2 years ago, he found the rock in the middle of the street. Picked it up and he brought it to me, and is this anything? And to me, it almost looked like tar.
Really?
Yeah, it was all black and pockmarked. And, And so I took a slice, and it turned out to be dark green bloodstone.
Really?
It's a green stone with red blotches. So they call it bloodstone.
Wow, that's cool.
Just lying in the middle of the street.
Just showed up in the middle of the street. No idea how it got there.
And another incident, this is back in the 70s when I had a jewelry store in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And a very good friend of mine was a stone cutter. And in fact, he taught me how to cut and polish opal.
Yeah.
And he came by one day to my shop and was telling me about a client of his who was just an amateur rock hound who would go to rock shows and buy rough stone and then bring it to him to cut and polish. And he was at a show once, and the guy had a vendor had a barrel of uncut geodes. It was $2. You pick them.
Mm-hmm.
Now $2 for a geode. Of course, this was back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And so he's looking through the barrel, and He spotted one that had a little chip, and he saw a glint of color.
Mhm.
So he picked that one.
Yeah.
It was a little bigger than a baseball.
Yeah.
He takes it to my friend Joe Meyer, and says, "Is this what I think it is?" So Joe took a slice. It turned out to be solid black opal.
Oh, wow.
he cut around $50,000 worth of stones out of that.
Oh, my goodness. Out of a $2
Out of a
$2 rock in a bucket.
It's like finding a Vermeer at a garage sale.
Yeah, exactly. That is absolutely amazing. So I'm glad y'all's show turned out wonderful. You guys had a good turnout. People out there.
Oh yeah, we always do.
That's great, man. That's great.
And we love doing it out at the Living Desert. It's just a beautiful venue.
Oh, it is a nice venue out there. Plenty of space for you guys to set all
Well,
your vendors and stuff up.
It's the welcome center.
Yeah, right there. I mean, that's a big welcome center. That's
yeah.
nice in there. Not a neat stuff to look at and stuff. So, so you tell me that you have, and I don't know if I'm going to say the word right, lapidary.
Lapidary. That's
Okay,
correct.
so tell me what a lapidary is and where your new one is.
Okay, a lapidary is someone who cuts and polishes stones.
Okay.
And we have a lapidary room at the Cascades Recreation and Wellness Center in Carlsbad.
Okay. And where's that at?
It's right off the river, on the river, on the north side of the river.
Okay.
There's also at that same location is the Cave and Karst Institute.
Okay.
And they're starting to build for a few more. I think there's a fitness center and a grill.
So you guys so they've given you guys a room and you've set up all the equipment that people need to.
Yeah, we have 3 cabbing machines. A cabbing is making a cabochon, the domed feature on stones. We have 3 saws, different size.
Okay.
For cutting rock and big rocks. We actually have a 24-inch slabbing saw.
That's a big old saw.
Yes, it is. And an 18-inch flat lap, which is just an 18-inch disc, horizontal, that spins. You put different pads with different grit.
Okay.
To polish large surfaces.
Gotcha. So you set the rock and just polish it all up. Yeah.
Yeah. We also have an ultrasonic drill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
Which no drill bits. It's done by vibration.
Wow.
Focused vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times, like when you've seen these wind chimes with different types of slabs of rock.
Mm-hmm.
Of the agates with the
nice
different colors.
Yeah.
To drill, you got to drill the holes.
You got to
be really careful with a normal drill. There's always a chance of cracking.
Gotcha.
With the ultrasonic, that rarely ever happens.
Really?
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm assuming you got a big rock polisher out there.
Well, the cabbing machines. Those are all in one.
I always think of rock polishing is like when they put them in those tumblers.
Yeah, that's different. That's different, right?
Okay.
Right. The cabbing machine. They're 8 wheels.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, 6 wheels with different grit.
Yeah.
Sorry, they're diamond wheels.
Okay.
And the final one is the polishing.
Yeah.
Like I said, we teach you how to.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
How to do it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really take that long.
Okay.
My first lesson, I had a cabochon done in the same night.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so, if people, want to reach out to you guys, so I'm assuming they got to contact you guys and set up a time to come meet you there, because I'm doubting you have someone staff there all the time. So,
right.
How often can they get access?
Yeah, the only problem with being out at the Cascades is that it's a senior center.
Oh, okay.
So you have to be at least 40.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I made the cut. Okay.
Yeah. But now we're currently looking for a second location for our younger
for the kids
members.
Okay.
And there are two different locations that we're looking at. One is at one of the elementary schools.
Okay.
And the other is at the college.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
New Mexico.
That's a great place.
Yeah. We're just waiting on them to decide.
There you go. Yeah. Got to ask permission and get someone to cooperate with you. So, well, that'll be great. I'm looking forward to hear, where you get one open up and get some kids in there and teach them how to do this. Yeah. Obviously, you probably don't want kids, doing those tools by themselves.
And if you are of age and are interested in, come out to the Cascades, and the dues there are only $7.50 a year.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, I think that's affordable. Yeah.
Yeah. And there will be sign-up sheets next week for the regular classes.
Oh, that'll be great. That's really, really, really
And
neat.
you can always email me.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you my email address.
Go ahead.
That is joeo14k@outlook.com.
Okay.
If you want any information on the lapidary or, the Gem and Mineral Society, just email me and I'll send you out the information.
Awesome. Now, we were talking a little bit also during the break, as you guys do numerous, I guess, field trips throughout the year. I know I'm talking to Richard in the past. You guys, take kids groups out, homeschool groups, all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
Go out and do a little bit of rock hounding and find stuff. So.
Yes. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do it for the last few years.
Yeah.
As physical handicap. But one field trip that I did go on was at Oro Grande.
Okay.
Which is halfway between El Paso and Alamogordo.
All right.
There are about a half a dozen abandoned mines.
Oh, that's cool.
Where you can go through the tailings.
Yeah.
And when I went, the first mine we got to, I get out of the car and I look down and there's garnet.
Oh, wow.
I just picked it up, put it in my backpack, and went through tailings. You find a lot of turquoise. Once in a while, you'll find some little few pieces of little silver, copper. You get malachite, and a lot of really pretty agate.
Yeah.
Second location, and I swear I'm not kidding. We drive to the second mine. I get out of the car and I look down, and there's more garnet.
Oh, wow. Apparently, it was ample in those mines.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of garnet all through New Mexico.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah. And in fact, one of our members is a geologist. Unfortunately, she lives in Midland, so she doesn't make the meetings every month. But when she does, she always gives some kind of presentation.
Yeah.
And her first one was all about the different types of garnet that you find all over the state, different colors.
Cool. Yeah, the desert holds a lot of secrets.
It
There's
sure
a
does.
lot of neat stuff out there. If you got maybe go in the fall. I wouldn't be walking around out there right now. But.
Well, we only do the field trips in the spring and the fall.
There you go. Yeah, because it gets a bit warm out there. So, we'll just let people know, like, if they want to be part of the Gem and Mineral Society, or want to contact you guys about maybe educational opportunities for kids and stuff. How do they go about doing that?
Just like I said, just email me at that email address, and I'll send all the information.
Do you guys have any social media, like Facebook page or any of that type of stuff?
We do have a Facebook page.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not on Facebook, so
Facebook's easy. It's like Google. You just go in there and put our, Carlsbad Gem and Mineral Society. I'm sure you'll pull them right up.
Right.
And
although there's been a problem with someone using the same name.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy cow! That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, sure, there are gem and mineral societies all over the place, but there's only one Carlsbad.
Yeah, there's only one Carlsbad group.
Well, correction, there is a Carlsbad, California, but
yeah, they're more worried about surfing than they are gem and minerals.
Yeah, but this one is local, and we're trying to still fighting with Facebook about getting them kicked off.
Yeah, that's tough. All right, well, Joe, I appreciate you coming in, man, and letting us know what all you guys have got going on. And
my pleasure.
Yeah, I guess we'll see either you or somebody else next month. So we look forward to it. And
I'm going to try and make it every month. We'll see. Like I said, Monique was supposed to be here, but she had to cancel at the last minute.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, Joe, thank you so much. Pleasure meeting you, sir, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Take care. God bless.
Bye.
Hey, Roswell, time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
People are often surprised by what they find here. More expertise than people expect. Advanced technology. Board-certified physicians. Care you might expect to travel hours for. Right here. We've never believed where you live should determine the care you receive. Close to family, close to home. We're here. Artesia General Hospital.
Check out the back-to-school savings this week at Fenn's Country Market in Artesia. Select cans of Chef Boyardee pasta with beef are 5 for $5. And select 10 packs of Capri Sun 100% juice pouches are 2 for $8. In produce, extra large red, black, or green seedless grapes are $1.99 a pound. In the meat department, boneless choice New York strips are $12.98 a pound. And boneless skinless chicken thighs are $1.68 a pound. These are just some of the savings this week at Fenn's Country Market in Artesia.
Enrollment is now open for 26-27 at Artesia Classical Academy. ACA provides a Christ-centered classical education designed to build wisdom, character, and leadership. With small class sizes, teachers truly know every student. Our 4-day school week gives families balance, while students excel in Latin, Spanish, American Sign Language, STEM, PE, art, and music. If you want your child challenged academically and grounded in faith, choose Artesia Classical Academy. Visit artesiaclassicalacademy.org or call 575-247-1378 today.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you feel embarrassed, trapped, maybe even ashamed just because you own a timeshare? Well, I'm here to tell you you're not alone. Chuck McDowell here, the timeshare cancellation guy. I get over 3,000 complaints a week from all kinds of folks that feel the same way you do. Honest people, teachers, veterans, grandparents, all losing sleep over a timeshare they can't get rid of. That's why 15 years ago, I founded Wesley Financial Group to help people take their lives back. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we would want our own family to be treated. That mindset has helped us cancel over 50,000 timeshares from people just like you. So if you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-330-6363. That's 800-330-6363. 800-330-6363.
All right, Artesia. Well, that about wraps up our show. We got a couple more minutes here. I want to thank all of our guests for coming in today, and just encourage everybody, as get involved in the community. Everything from what Artesia Main Street's got going on, all the events, the public schools with football and the sports and all they've got, as well as something as interesting as the Gem and Mineral Society. It would have. Yeah, sometimes there's always these societies and groups out there that you just don't even think, never would have thought existed. But stuff you can learn from them and be a part of and have that connectedness. And it takes me back to what I was talking about during our Bible section at the beginning of the show, is when we think individualistically, we think about, well, what can I get out of this? What can I receive, or what benefit is there for me in any of this? And I think it's a wrong-headed mindset. I really do. Is when we start thinking about how do I spend my time, my money, my energy wisely, it always should be focused on what can I do to be a part of something larger than myself? How can I be connected? How can I build those bonds, those molecular bonds with other people, especially, starting in our homes, but then taking our homes and connecting them outward. It builds strength. It pushes back against, the government being in the middle of your life. It pushes back against influences that you don't want in your household. By connecting your family to other strong families, of course, from my perspective, the very first start is your family and your church. Is your church built up of a bunch of strong families supporting one another, and then that just pours out into our community. Our community becomes stronger when we're connected with the events, not just out there consuming what's being offered, but rather being part of what is happening. All right, Artesia, you have a great week, and we'll see you next Tuesday. God bless.
This is KSVP and K229AS Artesia. News this hour from Town Hall. I'm John Scott. A Senate committee votes in favor of holding former NIH Director Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress for refusing to testify about the origins of the COVID virus. Correspondent Laura Winters.
All he had to do was tell the truth.
The Senate Homeland Security Committee, led by Chair Rand Paul, voting to hold Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress. This follows Fauci refusing to answer any questions, invoking the Fifth Amendment 111 times. Here's how the vote went down.
Mr. Chairman, on the vote of those present, the yeas are 8, the nays are 5. On the vote by proxy and for the record only, the yeas are 0, the nays are 2. On this vote, the yeas are 8, the nays are 5, and the motion is agreed to.
Laura Winters reporting.
President Trump is out west, and in remarks from Las Vegas, he says the U.S. is ready to attack Iran when Iranian officials asked to resume negotiations.
We were set for the biggest attack of any attack, and we've hit them very hard for the last few months. But we were all set for the biggest attack since World War II. And they called me and they said, please don't do it, let's talk. And then they said, we never said that. You know what? The fake news knows they did say that, but we are talking. Let's see what happens.
The president said an agreement to reopen the strait is imminent, but U.S. officials repeatedly insist that Washington will not accept Iranian control over access to the Strait of Hormuz. The Israeli military says 2 soldiers have died in an explosion in southern Lebanon. This marks the first Israeli death since a truce with Hezbollah began in June. Israeli forces launching strikes